What is up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We are live and in effect. Live and in effect. I hope everything is okay. Still was dotting some I's and crossing some T's as I was getting things started. But you see the title, you see the thumbnail, so you see what we're going to be getting into. Got a lot of topics on the table today. So strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Y'all know the rules and y'all know the routine. Make sure you hit the like button, whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. Whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. Make sure you hit the like button. Let me dot that I really quick. Oh, there. Oh, that's messed up. So I'm going to have to hurry up and try to make that correction. Don't mind me. I'm fixing things on the fly as we're getting things started. Thank you, everybody who's making your way in the building. I apologize for me still fumbling through the controls. But we're about to get this thing started. We're about to get this thing underway nevertheless. So strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Where's my intro? Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What is up? What's going excuse me. What is up? What's going on, good people? We are back in the building for another one. To appreciate each and every one of you being in here. And the saying build it while we fly it is is showing itself to be more and more relevant every day. Okay, now I finally got the few things right that I needed to get right behind the scenes before we can get things going. So shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you being here. Shout out to RM, and like she said, hit the like button when you make your way in the building. Shout out to Conscious Ether. Conscious Ether. I think I like that. Geronimo Red says, what's up to the chat? And Daryl L, shout out to you. LB Crypto in the building. Clue Channel, salute. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here today. going to get this thing going. Got a lot on deck. Got a lot to talk about. Like we already discussed, as we've already discussed, in the title and the thumbnail. Apparently, Kyrie Irving isn't pro-black enough. He's been a poster child of pro-blackness. He's fist in the air. He's standing up. Everybody came against him. He was, he's going to take a 5-game suspension and lose that money in order to stand on his square, on his pro-blackness. And everybody is, fist in the air for Kyrie Irving. Everybody, all is well, all is great, all is fine and dandy for Mr. Kyrie Irving. He is doing what the people need to do. He's the man of the people. And then some images leaked out, and I won't even say leaked out. He just did a press conference with his kids, and people saw how light-skinned his kids were, and then they looked up to see how light-skinned his woman was, and now there's like, hold on, he ain't quite black enough. That's pretty much what it is. He ain't quite pro-black enough. That's pretty much the deal. That's pretty much the deal. That's what they're going with. That's what they're saying. That's what's going on Black Twitter and Instagram and the whole works. So we're going to be getting into that, the whole idea, the concept of someone being pro-black, taking a stand for blackness on many fronts. But the woman of his is she's not even white. If she was with a white man and the Meghan Markle gets to be black, Kamala Harris gets to be black, but when a black man is with a woman who's a similar skin tone as them, now she's not black. It's like they claim that blackness if that light-skinned woman is with a white man, but if that same woman, that same shade is with a black man, she's not black enough. It's a weird thing that goes on when they do that. It's a really weird thing that goes on. We haven't fully cracked the code on that one yet. But, and as it says right there, well, right there, hit that like on the way in. We're about to get into it. There's a number of things on the table. One of my last pre-records that I did, I was remiss to not point out something. In this one. When Gabrielle Union clapped back at Boosie, because Boosie been attacking, I'll use the word attacking with air quotes. Where I can't see where air quotes attacking. I use attacking with air quotes. Okay. I use attacking with air quotes. Boosie has had things to say about the Wade family and all the modern stuff that goes on there. All right. Boosie has had no doubt a lot to say about all of that. And I made the point that D Wade didn't ever respond to Boosie, but Gabrielle Union did. So I'm like, hey, you hiding behind your woman's skirt. That was an angle that I took. It seemed like man to man, D Wade would have been the one who's to step up and say something to Boosie about it. Lay off my family, bruh. You coming at us hard. Understand you got your views. I got my views, but I'm over here, you over there. Go ahead and have your views and get your thoughts, your perspective out there, but lay off my family. It seemed like D Wade would have just, if they had an issue with Boosie, that's how it would have been handled. But Gabrielle Union, had to step up as the man in the relationship and handle the situation. Would not handle it, but talk some shit back to Boosie. All right, that's what happened, and that's the angle I took in my video. But I was remiss not to point out that this very pro-LGBTQ family, got to the point to where the son is in a dress, and I think it was some controversy of the sex change and the hormone stuff that they're trying to do stuff to, they was talking. I don't know how much of this is true, but they was talking like the full-blown snip and all of that is going to be taking place sometime down the road, and the mama had a problem with it. You can't get more pro LGBTQ than the Wade family. However, I was remiss not to mention this in my video. When it came time for her to clap back at Boosie, what did she do? She basically insulted him by calling him gay. How is that possible? How are you so pro-gay and so pro-LGBTQ to the point to where you can confidently put your stepson in a dress and okay with him identifying as a girl, and Wade is okay with him identifying as a girl? Y'all are that open-minded and liberal on that. However, when it came time to insult a straight man, you insult him by calling him gay. But it's okay to be gay, right? Not an insult. At least it shouldn't be to you. It's like the contradiction and the hypocrisy in that you don't even realize that she's really insulting the whole framework of the family that she's, presiding over, that she's leading. It's like the utter and absolute hypocrisy in that just blows me away. Blows me away. But I was remiss not to mention that because I took a completely different angle in that video. So I had to come back and straighten that one out right now. I had to come back and straighten that one out right now. Shout out to Woke Quill. He says it's like being pro-black but calling another black the hard R. Yeah. Good one. Absolutely. That's literally what she is on. Now our good friend Bill Cosby is back in the news. Apparently 5 more women have come forward. That's right, 5 more women have come forward. And these women were cast members of the show, small-time cast members of the Cosby Show, who's claiming that they went to him for mentorship and because they were young up-and-coming actors and actresses, and they're claiming that they got drugged and raped. That's what they're claiming. That so it's turning into a crazy thing to where this man who's practically blind, I think they're saying he's legally blind, even though he don't move around like a legally blind person when you watch him, but his eyesight is extremely impaired. He's 83 or 85 years old. He just beat his last charges. He just got out, and out of nowhere, 5 more women are coming forward with a whole fresh new lawsuit on this man. It's like, one, who didn't he sleep with in the 80s? Who didn't he sleep with in the 70s and 80s? And how much can they just keep coming back with fresh new lawsuits? These women, if he's in his 80s, these women are probably in their 60s coming back, basically saying, I had sex with Bill Cosby when I was a young up-and-coming actress, and I never became a famous actress, and I want retribution. I need to be I need reparations for my encounter with Bill Cosby. That is what they're doing. That is literally what they're doing, and that is what's going on. And I think it's only one solution to the problem. That Bill Cosby has one solution. This is the only one. He should just go ahead and die to avoid more Me Too charges. He literally should just go ahead, just die and get it over with, because that seems to be the only way. It seems to be the only way that he can avoid these things. That man is going to be 91 years old, and they just going to be they're going to be locking him up, walking him in there. You know, he's gonna be completely 100% blind. They're gonna be leading him in there to into prison to just lay. That's gonna be like your hospital deathbed. They're just gonna lay on and just die. Like that's they're determined. They're determined to see this man die in jail. Like that's how they're operating. That's how they're operating. They're literally determined to see this man kill over and die in jail. That's what they're going with. That's what they're doing. It is no possible way that fresh new charges should be getting brought up on this man at this point. It makes literally no sense at all. Now, moving on again before we get into the main topic here. Now, on the latest episode of Blacked. Okay, I'm just playing. That's Kim Kardashian at the prison with the inmates that she's been working with. Not working with. She's apparently done some things with as far as prison reform. You can find pictures of her and Donald Trump that she helped to push something that got passed to help get guys reduce sentences. I remember it was a lot of black manosphere trolling, talking about how pro-black Kim Kardashian is and all of that. I don't know, I don't know and don't care that much about that. But only thing I do know is that this came up on the Crime and Law channel or whatever, the YouTube channel. You can see the logo in the lower left hand corner of the screen. This actually came up, and I'm like, and they did a really good, a really good piece on her, basically, ultimately depicting her in a really good light. And I'm like, why are they okay, that I gotta quit laughing at my own jokes. But they did a really good a piece on her because I don't tell me that don't tell me that don't look like don't tell me that don't look like a scene about to jump off. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They really I gotta quit laughing at my own jokes to keep a straight face here. But I knew somebody was going to get it when I said black. It's like, if you know, you know. I was like, I'm gonna crack that joke and then just keep it pushing and don't even explain it. if you if you know, you know. It do look like an episode. It do look like an episode of that. But either way, either way, I have my theories. Oh, that's a good question. What Quill says, will she help black men that's not in prison though? I don't know. I don't know. I do think a lot of it is for show. If it does yield actual results, brothers who probably got an unfair sentence, probably got the higher end of a 5 to 10, and if you get it reduced, reverse good. Hey, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that, but get out of there. But I mean, look, if it's helping brothers, and I'm good with it. But either way it go, this was still kind of old news that they brought back up. They brought it back up out of nowhere, and I was like, what's going on there? Why would they just randomly bring Kim Kardashian, working with prison reform and all of that stuff out of nowhere? And I know what it is. It's essentially this whole Balenciaga fiasco, because Balenciaga, that what they did, they was reportedly supposed to be firing. They were reportedly supposed to be firing or doing something, or filing some kind of suit against the company because they're blaming some outside company for their whole little child kitty. I don't even want to say the words to trigger the algorithm, but we know what they did. We could look at the teddy bears and just y'all know the story. I don't even got to explain that because I'm trying not to trip up the algorithm. The fact of the matter is the news leaked out that they wasn't going to file a lawsuit against this company that they were trying to blame for it, probably because they knew they had no case. So they dropped that and said, no, we're going to take that money that we're going to use to do that or whatever, or something like that. We're going to donate it to to some child protection agency or something like that. And Kim Kardashian was under hot water because she refused to separate herself from Balenciaga. She refused to separate herself from Balenciaga. She said a bunch of word salad that meant nothing, but at the end of the day, she refused to separate. And now I I believe that they're trying to put her back in the news and show something that she did good, and look at how she's helped these minorities, under these disenfranchised minority men. Look how she's done this for them. Let's ignore the fact that she still has brand deals with these people who were basically trying to normalize pedophilia. I guess I gotta go ahead and say it. It's hard to talk about without saying it. They were trying to normalize it. They got caught cold busted trying to normalize it, and she's not breaking up her contract with them. And so they got a bad news cycle. They can't file a lawsuit against the company that they were trying to blame for it. So they're just going to donate some millions to some child protection agency. And now things are being put out there to try to make their now poster child of their brand not look so bad by just trying to do smoke and mirrors. Look at this other thing that she's doing. She's helping inmates. Get in get an early release. And so that's essentially what they're doing with that. That's essentially what they're doing there because they know that they got their hand caught in the cookie jar. Now, I was talking to Little Big Nate, and I don't know if Little Big Nate is listening, and Balenciaga. Okay, RM is telling me in the back that it's pronounced Balenciaga. I've been calling it Balenciago for the longest, and I don't think I'm going to stop. I don't think I'm going to stop. I think that's what it's going to be called. But I was talking to Little Big Nate. And hope he don't mind me. Hopefully he don't mind me saying this. Hope he don't mind me putting this out there because he put out a concept because why is it why is it that they seem that the LGBTQ or whatever the hell their movement. I'm not talking about just the regular folks. There's regular folks minding their business, going to work, taking care of their families, or they just living their life. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the agenda behind it. When you see stuff like this is propaganda and agenda driven stuff. Like, why do they want to do that? Well, they want to increase their numbers. Well, how do they increase their numbers? Well, one of the predictors of if somebody is going to be on that spectrum, on that non-binary or LGBTQ spectrum, is a lot of times if they were molested when they were younger. This is dark. This is dark. If they were molested or touched or had something happen to them when they were younger, that increases the probability that they will turn out that way. So they want to probably, it's like he argued and theorized that they're working to normalize that, because if that's more normalized and it's happening more numbers, it's a really dark theory and a dark rabbit hole to go down. And Nate went there in the conversation that we was having, and I was like, whoa, but like this is blowing me away that that's out there. She don't got to get dropped from the brand. People are making excuses for it. It's all kinds of crazy. But the Clue channel in the building says women insult men by calling them women. I think Clue is basically referring to what I mentioned earlier in the show, where Gabrielle Union clapped back. Gabrielle Union, as the man of her house, the man of her family, clapped back at Boosie for talking all this stuff about their family and all the weirdness, and you see what's going on with the son and whatnot. Boosie been going in on them for that, and Gabrielle Union clapped back, and they got the most pro LGBTQ family on earth, but when it came time to insult somebody that was insulting them, she insulted him by calling him gay. Weird thing that they do. So I think that's what the Clue channel was referring to. Thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate that. He says women insult men by calling them women. What does that say about the women? It's like they don't want to admit that they're lesser than, but when they want to talk about a man like he's lesser than, the first thing they do is they call him a woman or they call him a bitch. That's what they do. That's how that works. That's how that works. When you want to insult a man, you describe him as yourself. That is a weird thing. It's like, if I want to insult a white person, I'm going to call him black. That's weird. That is a weird thing that they do. And they've been doing that. They've been doing that for a while. They were doing that for a while. But yeah, moving right along. But Nate has a pretty nasty theory on this stuff, and I was just like, whoa, and blown away. And it's funny to people who back it. Hopefully I got the right clip here. Hold on.
Like an indisputable example.
Nope, not right there. Right here.
A lot of comments and tags and everything. So first things first, I'm not their spokesperson. I have zero relationship with the brand.
This is Kanye. This is Kanye West's ex-girl. Now, Kanye knows how to pick them. This is Kanye West's ex-girl. This is her talking about the whole Balenciaga issue.
Then I have Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments and tags and everything. So, first things first, I'm not their spokesperson. I have zero relationship with the brand. I've never even been to one of their shows. They haven't invited me. Regardless, I think it's horrific. And when I was reading and watching all the videos, I literally felt sick to my stomach.
Here comes the but.
But I couldn't help but think, like, damn, the women who are associated to the brand professionally are getting so much pushback. And it's like almost as if they're the fucking child molesters. And then another thought popped into my head. No child was actually harmed in that shoot.
You see what they're doing right now? You see how she's trying to spray some perfume over the shit? Okay, the algorithm messed up. She messed up the algorithm for me, so I'm not even gonna try. You see how she's trying to spray perfume over the shit, over the funk, they're over the stench. She's trying to spray something over it. Trying to spray perfume over that smell. No kids were actually harmed. Why are the women involved being, being criticized? Because they're standing next to it after the fact. Because they're standing next to it after the fact. We just saw Kanye lose everything. We just saw all these companies that can't stand next to Kanye because he said this, but people still get to stand next to Balenciaga after they did that. Balenciaga. Sorry. Thank you, RM, for correcting me in the back.
But millions of children are harmed in the church every day. And I don't see hashtag cancel the church anywhere. Anyway.
The church has been under plenty of hot water for their whole little pedo ring that they was running. The Catholic Church, please. Now they're too big to fail, like apparently Balenciaga is as well. But the church has been under a lot of hot water for that.
Those are my thoughts.
But there she is making excuses for this. Now, here's another thing. The person who's making excuses for that also
of blatant racism in the modeling industry. So
the person who's making excuses for that also speaks up for and defends Black women. Let's keep this in mind. Black women going down the feminist route and the men who like to vote with them, the type of people who defend and speak up for Black women also speak up for and put a cape on and try to play hide the ball when some pedo stuff is going on.
So we know that there are a few white models that are like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", that walk runways, right? Regularly. We all roll our eyes. We all know the nepotism. We're all like over it. Ain't nobody gonna buy your shit with them wearing it. Okay? Anyway. But have you ever seen a 5'2" Black girl or Asian girl or brown girl on a runway? I'll wait. There aren't any. And why is it that women of color have to be extraordinary to be in the running, but white girls get away with being fucking mediocre? Most of.
All right, so there she goes. She's fist in the air, speaking up for the sisters. Speaking up for the sisters. It goes full circle.
Okay. I was like, I want to help.
When she was talking about Kanye. Hold on.
That being said, really deeply respect the man as an artist. I don't want to shit on that. I don't want to reduce his whole career to his really bad moments, But that being said, I stand with the Jewish community. Period.
That was her response when talking about Kanye and his whole little debacle he had with the Jewish community. Now let's let all of that sink in. The person that puts the cape on for pedophilia stands up for Black women and stands with the people that was trying to tear Kanye down. The people that was trying to tear all, that basically stripped all that wealth from Kanye. There's a white woman here. She stands with them. And while standing with them, she's going to stand up for black women in any little dispute that they got. I'm on the side with black women, but I'm with the person who's tearing a black man down while also put a cape on and playing hide the ball, playing spraying perfume over the shit when it comes to pedophilia. This is a hardcore card carrying feminist. that's that's who black women be ultimately aligning themselves with when they take on the whole woke liberalism and all of that. When they align themselves with people like this. They align themselves with people like this. Now, black men who are more on the conservative side, they're like, okay, y'all be aligned with racists. Y'all be aligned with racists. But look at the aligning on the other side. Look at the aligning on the other side. Look at the things that they make excuse for. Look at the things that they attack. Look at the things that they stand up for. Look at the people that look at what they're willing to stand with. The stuff goes full circle like that. The stuff goes full circle like that. A lot of people don't catch that. A lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't fully average all of that into the equation. A lot of people don't fully average all of that into the equation. Now, moving to the main topic, the main course here, as I talked about, pictures leaked out. And I shouldn't even say leaked out. I should ultimately just say it was more so just man's in a press conference with his kids, his loving, wonderful, beautiful children, who he loves and cherishes very much. Black Twitter and Instagram and all of that start talking about the girl on the bottom sitting on his lap. Her hair is just a little too straight for their liking. We need to see what this mama look like. We need to see what the mama look like. And that they did. They unearthed the pictures from, one Google search. They went on a long, illustrious Indiana Jones, quest, for in the Holy Grail. Went through the Temple of Doom looking for the Holy Grail. I know those are two different Indiana Jones movies, but go with me. They found the pictures of him and his woman. Now, Kyrie Irving, the poster child for pro-blackness, who's now the poster child for pro-blackness, they have determined that he is now not black enough. He is now not black enough anymore. That is what they have determined. He's not pro-black enough anymore, and that's what's going on ultimately on Twitter, Instagram, all over. Let me make this a little bigger for y'all. Social media debates about pro-black men dating not white women, but racially ambiguous women or non-black women. This woman, if she was dating a prominent white man, she would be considered black. If she was dating a white man and she was also the vice president of the United States, she would be considered black. If she was married to Prince Henry or whatever the hell, she would be considered black. But because she's with a black man, she's not black enough. That is the argument. That is the argument. I was trying to zoom in more. Y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can see yeah, y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see that. That baby got full-blown straight hair. So there's that. There's that. They see that straight hair baby. Even though that's how they want their baby's hair to be. Let's not lie to ourselves on that one. We know that's how they want their baby's hair to be. They saw the straight hair baby and a racially ambiguous woman who they normally would have thought who they normally would look at as black, and they had a problem with that. And it's been a big debate all over the whole little Twitter sphere or whatever. Says Kyrie Irving is not pro-black. Kyrie Irving is not pro-black. You can't be pro-black and be anti-black women. I don't think Kyrie Irving, let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think Kyrie Irving ever said anything bad or disparaging about black women. Excuse me. I don't think he ever said anything bad or disparaging about black women whatsoever. I don't think he has. He spent most of his life being anti-black women. Let me know on that one. I should have did some research. Now he's pro-black. This is not pro-black. So he's not pro-black because His woman is light skinned, even though we know damn well when we let for the sake of numbers, we let any and everybody under the tent. I don't know why we fronting, who we lying to, who we fooling. I have no idea, but they get to feel in some type of way when they see that this man who's speaking up for black people, speaking up for I mean, well, some could. I'm not even gonna get into that. Let's just go ahead and go with it. He's speaking up for black people. He's Hebrew, and by the way, per the Hebrew, the black Israelite, per their thought process, you are with your whatever your father is. So he's in line with it. His kids are black. That woman don't matter per his whole thought process, but they got a fist in the air with him for his whole thought process and his belief. I think a lot of black people are quietly, silently being converted to some form of being, black Israelites. It's right adjacent to the Christian to the Christian Bible. I mean, it's an easy step over for people who already didn't read a Bible to begin with. It's an easy step over. So I think a lot of black people are hopping on board with that, but they will be in for a rude awakening. That's basically when they find out that y'all can't claim this and date out, but the men actually can. That's religion for you. The men make the rules and make it to their advantage. Let me get out of there. Okay. I just think the other person goes on to say, I just think this is so funny that some of these ninjas be so-called pro-black, but never be dating unambiguous black women. Like, is it Uchiwali or is okay? Now something is blocking that one mic. All right. Now going on and reading the comments. I don't know about black men dating mixed white non-black women. I just find it funny that men who are so pro-black always got a non-black woman on their arm is very odd to me. Pointing out, another person goes on to say, pointing out that Kyrie Irving is extra pro-black, but procreated with no monoracial black women doesn't equate to y'all spewing hate to his kids. Now, that's a good point. Now, some people, now that they posted some of the clapback things, because you are speaking negativity to a man's kids when you start doing that. Get out of there, little big Nate. That Maya Angelou. Get out of there. Get out of there. But yeah. They're okay. They're okay with spewing hate towards someone's kids. They are. It was a good video that I don't got ready to go of some biracial women talking about they don't they got a problem when they see a black man with a white woman, even though they came from that. Like, that's how deep the psychosis is. That's how deep the psychosis is. Pointing out that Kyrie Irving is okay. I'd already read that one. My bad. Okay. This is another one. This looks like a white woman. She shouldn't be allowed in this discussion. She should not be allowed. Shame on you, Black Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Shame on you. Do not be letting white women into these discussions. But anyway, they highlighted it. I'm gonna read it. That's Anyway, I'm just playing. Y'all be mad when black men date out they race and don't support black people. Well, Kyrie Irving does support black people. He just dates halfway out of his race. I mean, that woman looked black to me, blackish, but they be mad if the woman and if she ain't dark skinned with a big chop, then it don't. She gotta, yeah. She don't gotta be obese, but she gotta be a little overweight, gotta be dark skinned, and gotta have a big chop. Yet, yeah, I'd be mad when black men date out, they race and don't support black people. Yet you see a black man dating and having kids out his race and still pro-black, and y'all still, I hate that they bleeped it out, and y'all still talk. Oh yeah, y'all still talk shit. What the fuck? Make your mind up. And I know where she's coming from. Well, first off, she's white and she's not qualified to be in this conversation. She's wrong for being in this conversation. Let's just make that very clear. Shame on her for being in the conversation. But what is highlighting here is that it's too many rules to be in black. It's too many rules. I don't know what to do. We can't accept a better paying job. No, you're abandoning your blackness. You can't speak up for for black people like Kyrie did, and they came at him because he took a stand on something, and so yeah, he was pro-black, fist in the air. We support Kyrie. A whole bunch of the Qs was outside the Berkeley. I mean, not the Qs. The whole bunch of the black Israelites were black Hebrews. They were outside the Berkeley Center, dressed in purple and gold, looking like they about to step. But they was out there. They was out there supporting them. They find out his woman is too light. Now it's an issue. It's too many rules to be black. Dion can't take a higher paying job. Kyrie can't be pro-black with a light-skinned woman. It's too many rules. They are looking for the absolute perfect advocate. You got to be with a blue black woman. And Barack Obama was that perfect example. But he got a white mama. Damn it. Shit. We can't find the perfect black. Can we just get the perfect black advocate from somewhere? Some way, somehow. It is too many rules. Too many rules. Most men who are pro-black rarely have kids by a fully black woman. Oh, wait, hold on. I will be remiss if I don't point out these women who are complaining and talking all this stuff. They do got non-black women's hair in their head. We'd be remiss if we don't point that out. Okay. We'd be remiss if we didn't point that out. All right. We would be remiss if we didn't point that out. Here go one in the comment section. Y'all can't see her, but not only does she got somebody's hair in her head, she got blonde hair in her head with her fist in the air. Y'all probably could see that, but y'all can't see the blonde. Y'all probably can't see that, but yeah, they don't. They in here with blonde weave in their hair, with their fist in the air. This brother says, yeah, why is it that pro-black always ends up with the white woman? Kyrie ain't even with a white woman. But his brother is on board. He's speaking up for the sisterhood. He probably got him a racially ambiguous chick on the low itself. But Frizzy Missy, let me not call out people's name. Pro-black means pro-black man. Whoo, since when? Those men don't care about black women or the black community. Psst. I don't know where she been if she think pro-black means pro-black men, pro-black man. I don't know where she's been. That stuff caters and panders to the woman. There's sectors of pro-blackness that literally says the black woman is God. Do I need to pull up some Dr. Tiasan Johnson stuff on ya? Do I need? He was talking about those Wakanda scholarships went to all black women. Like come on, like cut it out. You can't find a pro-black organization that exclusively caters to or promotes the needs of black men. You won't find one that exclusively does that unless it's some get Pookie and J-Rock out of jail earlier type of initiative. Other than that, you won't see nothing. When it comes to advancement, empowerment, education, all of that, it's either neutral for everybody or exclusively for black women. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see one exclusively for black men. You're not going to see that. So I don't know what rock she been living under, talking about pro-black means pro-black man. No, that means pro-black woman, like flat out. That's one of the things that the black manosphere pushes hard against. That's one of the reasons why it bumps heads with that sector from time to time. Ed said it right, said it perfectly. He said all these people that are pro-black community, but if they don't understand that's doing what's if they're trying to do things to fix the black community or to make it better, if they don't understand that all efforts, forces, and resources, time, and energy needs to be put towards the building or empowering black men in some kind of way, because if you help the black men, if you help the man it's going to trickle down to the women and children. You help the women, you empower them to ultimately be, strong, independent, over in the corner, don't need by herself with the kids, and not need no man. You help the men, you help everybody. You help the women, you keep everything apart, and you keep the same dysfunction going. If they're claiming to be pro-black and pro-black community, but they don't understand that, then they don't understand nothing. And they're so delusional with it to the point to where they think that pro-black means pro-black man. It's actually the opposite. It's damn near the antithesis. Let Kyrie Irving have his biracial kids. That woman looks at least half black, which means those kids are at least 75, even though I think Kyrie got a little Indian or something. He said he got some Indian ancestry, but according to some black people, with all the new rules of being black, we all got some Indian ancestry. So many new rules, and we're finding out, we're learning new things every day about being black. It's like this stuff is ever changing. We didn't come over here on slave ships. We was already here. The Native American, the Native Americans, no, they were actually we were actually the Native Americans. We were actually the Hebrews in the Bible. We were actually we're Jewish, Native American, and descendants of slaves all at the same time. That's where we're at. That's how lost we are when it comes to understanding who we are. Currently, right now, is we're the Hebrews from the Bible. We're the Native Americans, and we're also the descendants of slaves, all at the same time. We were already here. It was black people already here that were not Native Americans. They were just black people that was already here. All of that is going on. That's how lost we are when it comes to understanding our history and who we are. Right now, they just we everybody and nobody all at the same time. It's wild out there. It is wild out there. But anyway, what do you say here? Let Kyrie Irving have his biracial kids. Okay, I want black women to stop caring about the people that black men procreate with. Seriously. Yeah, that's an oddly worded comment. I want black women to stop caring about the people that black men procreate with. Black men are mostly procreating with black women, so stop caring about the women that black men procreate with. I would argue that y'all already don't care. Y'all don't care who y'all procreate with, so y'all don't care who black men procreating with. Like, the black community is a big example of not caring about procreation. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. But anyway, shout out to the super chats in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you coming through. The Clue channel in the building, he says women insult men by calling them women. That's referring back to Gabrielle Union, or insulting Boosie by calling him gay. Meanwhile, they're the poster child for LGBTQ RS-isms. So there's that. Woke Quill in the building says, if she was dark-skinned woman from Africa, a dark-skinned woman from Africa, would they have similar remarks? There are some that would say, well, why couldn't she be ADOS? It's some that would say that, but a lot of them, more of them would shut up. It will be a smaller percentage that will say, well, why couldn't she be ADOS or FBA or whatever the hell? It will be a percentage that would say that, no doubt about it. Kevin C in the building says, Kyrie Irving rocks for black and disadvantaged folks, and people are angry about his woman. Didn't even look closely, but his wife and family are black. That's what I was essentially pointing out. Like, that woman is like that. I mean, that qualifies as a light-skinned black chick. She looked like she was the AKA in college, and that's that. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, if she would have been full-blown white, then that would have been one thing. They would at least, had an argument to sit on. I reject the premise of their argument, I reject it, because I'm not about putting the ball and chain on a black man's ankle and say that thou must dateth um thine woman that looks like thou with the mother. Like, no, I don't do that. But they could logically make a case. I think they lose the argument, but they at least can last a few rounds in the fight before they get knocked out. But right now, it's like it's no case at all. But Kevin C in the building says, oh, I'd already read that one. Shout out to Kevin C. Do appreciate you. Clue Channel back in here with another one says, this is just another excuse for blacks to not go against the men with them tiny. Yeah. Some have argued that, and put it like this. I threw my cards in with Kanye, because he just when he said all that he said about the man with the small mustache, not because it's like, how could you do that, the pain and trauma that he caused the Jewish people. No, that wasn't why I went that route. The reason I threw my cards in, because at that point I just realized that he's basically, he just came off like just a child crying out for attention, and that's why I was like, I was just done. But there's a percentage of people that jumped off the Kyrie bandwagon because it's like, good. He went on and jumped the shark. He went crazy. He said something crazy, and now we don't have to address this elephant in the room anymore. That's what some people was on. And now if they look like if they just try to cast Kyrie away for not being black enough, then there's another example of now we don't have to address this elephant in the room anymore. So it's very possible that a lot of people are looking for ways and reasons to not have to address the elephant in the room. To not have to address the elephant in the room. That's very possible that is the case. Very possible that is the case. Good, astute observation. The Clue Channel. Thank you, Rod of God, in the building with a $5 super chat. Definitely appreciate that. Woke Quill in here, man. Y'all putting on more than what I can keep up with. Shout out to Woke Quill. He says they put more rules on blackness for people they don't know. That God damn, that was a good one. He said they put more rules on blackness for people that they don't know than the people they choose to have kids with. Kyrie Irving got all these goddamn rules and regulations and this or that for him to be substantially black, but the dude, they bust the dude, they let bust a nut in him. What rules and regulations and benchmarks did he have to meet? Yeah, flat out. Flat out. Good one. Nick Taylor in the building says, when you see goofy face painting on their avatar, equals rainbow, the black community is still in shambles, still disenfranchised, still discombobulated. Thank you for the super chat, Nick Taylor. Appreciate that. And my man Charles Merchant in the building says Stragnisha could be married to David Duke and still be considered pro-black. I think I agree. I think you are quite accurate with that one, my friend. I think you are quite accurate with that one. No doubt. They don't have as many they don't have as many rules. But shout out to everybody in the building. We closing in on 200 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Shout out to everybody. I see J Speed down there. See everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and get more into this. The backdrop of this is black men just have a disdain for black women and how they look. Is that's what's in the backdrop of this. Something that's adjacent related to this, now that they charging Kyrie Irving up having a history of hating black women or something like that. This one right here floated across the timeline. Hold on. Some of y'all probably saw this. And a lot of the black women that come at black men in these spaces, they love this. They love this one. Let me get myself situated. It's okay. Let me get myself situated. This Asian woman came through and confirmed everything that they've been saying, everything that they already knew, that these black men be going around other women and trashing black women to other women that they're trying to get with, because that's an effective mating strategy. That's an effective mating strategy when you're with one race of women to criticize another race of women, or your own race of women. I call absolute bullshit. This woman is lying through her damn teeth when she's saying that. Let's set it up like I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Let's go.
Woman, I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm 5'5", from South Korea. I'm a thick woman. I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm 5'5". So honestly, the brothers like to holler, and they still do, regardless of what some men in the comments were trying to say, that black men aren't checking for Asian women. Yeah, right. Check my DMs. But
you said check my DMs. I don't know who the hell said black men ain't checking for Asian women. I have no idea who said that. So it's only she made that up like her whole damn story here.
Anyway, pretty much every time I met a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say something like, yeah, I like my women foreign. I like my women exotic.
Keep in mind, she said pretty much, this is a key part. She said pretty much every time, pretty much every time I meet a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say that. That is a goddamn lie. Put it like this, and we could sit here. I probably should get tally marks out. Probably should get out tally marks and count the black YouTube talking points. This is how you know when somebody is lying. All right. This is a little rule to figure out if somebody is lying when they're telling a story. They really just want to address certain talking points, but they're pretending like it's a person's story. But you know that the story is a lie when everybody else in the story fits every stereotype except for them. And then the story is riddled with black YouTube talking point after talking point after talking point after talking point, like in her actual natural life and her actual natural interactions with black men, that it reads like a black YouTube chat room conversation. That's how fake this is going to sound, where she's going to make sure she hit every single black YouTube talking point to where you could tell that she just basically listened into the talking points and said, I want to respond to these talking points. Let me create a fake story where practically every man I meet walks up spewing black YouTube talking points to me about how bad black women are. And this is practically every guy that she's black guy that she's dating. This is a goddamn lie.
And I don't know why they decided to say that to me, if they thought it would make me feel good or something, but for me, it's always a red flag. And so I would dig in a little bit further and say, well, what do you mean by that? Like, because I'm a white girl on the inside. My family is white. I grew up in a white community in a small town in the Midwest. So I might look exotic, but I'm Wonder Bread white on the inside. So anyway, whenever these guys would say this, I'd be like, well, you're about to be in for a big disappointment if you're expecting a submissive, docile Asian to take care of you. But
talking points.
It really
we already like too deep on the talking points. That's already two.
Bothered me when these guys would say, yeah, I don't like black women, because that's what it always came down to, that they didn't date black women regardless if they were black or not. And their moms are black, their sisters are black, their cousins are black. I'm like, would you say this to their face? That's weird. So I kind of pick and prod after I already decided, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm out. Because
you see how deep how many talking points we had like 6 deep in black YouTube talking points. She just reeling off all the talking points. She said I'm black, you black, your mama black. It's like you could tell they be listening in. She's listening in. She's like, I'm about to put on a cape for black women. I'm about to listen to the talking points and then try to and try to make it seem like a personal story.
Because anybody who says something like that just is an immediate red flag. But it always came down to the same stupid stereotypes that black men always have to say about women. They're loud, they're masculine, they don't know how to treat a man, they wear fake hair.
We like nine deep on talking points.
So what? So what? You don't have to put down an entire race of women because you have a preference. And honestly, like, I've dated pretty much every race, every ethnicity. I'm Ms. Worldwide when it comes to dating. Only common denominator is black hair and dark eyes usually. But I've never heard any group of men put down their own women more than I've heard black men do it in pursuit of other women. And I just find it really disheartening. And I understand,
as you said, black men do it in pursuit of other women,
why this divide is getting bigger, but I don't want to be a part of it. So
she's saying, do you understand why the divide is getting bigger? Like I counted over 10 direct copy and paste from black YouTube talking points. 10 direct copy and paste from black YouTube talking points. And it reeks of the last chick that I just showed. It was the white chick that used to date Kanye that was essentially basically trying to also put a cape on for black women or this or that or whatever. It's like that's what they do. It reminds me of what Game Changer said when he was like, if you slap a fat woman, a skinny woman, and say ouch. It's like they do get on code and defend each other. But the idea, the notion, and keep in mind, the things that she's saying, those things actually do get said in online spaces. One, most black men ain't walking up to black women's face and saying that shit. And definitely most black men, when pursuing another woman of another race and actually trying to get with her, he said practically everyone is operating on some game that damn bad to where you about to think shitting on black women is going to make this woman want you. Like that, like, you could tell this is just a made up story. You could tell this is just some this is what it looked like when an Asian chick is practically in the sisterhood at that point. She's practically in the sisterhood trying to basically go online and get clicks and views to help win an argument for them. It's blatantly obvious. And yeah, good point, Game Changer, that I don't want to be a part of it while being a part of it. The mere fact that she made this video that makes her a part of it. she's getting in on it. The fact that she made this fake ass video that makes her a part of it. That dudes are just walking up to her, practically everyone. Hey, I like something exotical. These black women be masculine and this or that. And a dude got an Asian chick in front of him that's giving him some rhythm. He's trying to do what he got to do to land that plane. That's what he's trying to do. He ain't using YouTube chat room clapback talking points against black women while trying to pursue some type of sexual relationship with an Asian woman. That is the cap is through the roof on that one. The cap is through the roof on that one. I got let's see. GC, if you're there. It's something else I want to hit you with that ain't got nothing to do with this. Something else I was about to react to that I got on point. Something that I missed and didn't notice. Y'all hit the like button. Something that I missed and didn't notice, and you'll like this because we be doing movie night. We be breaking down the red pill stuff in movies that we missed coming up. The red pill stuff in movies that we missed coming up. Shout out to everybody in the building. I got GC in here. Hold on one second. Let me get to my super chats before I cue you in on this. Well, I'll get your opinion on that before I before I take the scenic route real quick. But shout out to Sodomy and Chicken in the building. Says Kyrie was been wearing a tinfoil dunce cap for years. I don't know why you people take him seriously. Also, BR, what's your view on your boy Trump saying the Constitution needs to be canceled? I heard about that. I don't know the context, but to me, Trump says a lot of random stupid stuff sometimes. So, I don't know the context of him saying that, but the president of the United States shouldn't be waking up at 3 a.m. tweeting his conspiracy theories. Trump does weird stuff. I know whether you support him or not, he moves kind of erratically. But so I don't know the context in him saying that. I know I ain't voting with the Democrats. I voted Republican the last election. I held or just recent election. Mostly everything I voted on there was Republican. There was a few local things that that I thought made sense that the Republicans wasn't pushing for that I voted in favor of. It was a few small local things, but for the most part, I ain't messing with the Democrats. But hold on. Oh, and by the way, I hate when people say that your boy Trump. I hate that. I can't stand that. Mike Vince Perkins in the building says Gabrielle tried to fight homophobia with homophobia support. Yeah. Yeah. When she went at Boosie, yeah, she was fighting homophobia with homophobia. Sodomy and Chicken in the building says she's a single mom. She's automatically dismissed. I don't even know who you're talking about at this point, but we moved on probably from wherever I was talking about in that super chat, because I don't know if that Asian chick was a single mom. But anyway, Jack in the building with the $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And we got Pablo in the building too. So I guess we'll riff on not this. Well, yeah, we can. Damn it, what am I trying to do? There we go. So yeah, y'all can go ahead and give you a take on y'all can give you a take on what was going on in the last video. Y'all can give you a take on that. Go ahead, GC, what you got?
So a lot of things on the last video, but one of the things I want to point out is it seems like cap, but really a lot of Black guys would approach that way. I think that she's exaggerating on the amount, but to understand why they approach that way, you have to dig deep into the mind of the Negro and the Negress. Simply put, the Negro is under the impression that would work on the Negress. And I give example. Because the Negress is chronically complaining about men being attracted to other races of women, Asian, white, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Negro in his attempts to seduce the Negress will say,
wait, hold on real quick. How do y'all know this Asian chick is a single mom? Y'all be like,
the internet does their research. You know how they get down.
Like, damn, I do not go digging in somebody's personal life. I analyze the words coming right out of their mouth. I don't go digging into that. Y'all that's, I ain't gonna say that's weird. I ain't gonna do that, but all right, that's the internet. All right, anyway, carry on, GC.
Yeah, no worries. So with the understanding that the Negress hate it when men prefer other groups of women over them, what the Negro will attempt to do is sell her on his solidarity, meaning he will approach with, I can't stand those cave women, or I can't stand those yellow demons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
You saying he using the same playbook?
Exactly. And then when crossing over, he uses that same playbook with those women. Oh, I only like this one. He's basically selling his racial solidarity to the other groups of women. It doesn't work with the Negress, nor does it work with the Oriental or the Mongoloid or Caucasoid. It doesn't work. But yes, in his chronic failed attempts to get laid, that is one method that they employ. So she's somewhat right about that. She's drastically overestimating the frequency in which that approach is used, but it is a poor tactic and it should not be employed on anyone.
Yeah. Okay. I can halfway go with that. That she's exaggerating the hell out of it. I can halfway go with that. That it's happened, but it's not practically every. That's what you use. You use the term practically everyone. Well, I know for damn sure that ain't true. But anyway, Pablo in the building. What's going on? What you got?
Yeah, what's up? Now, yeah, so I agree with Game Changer 100% on that. There are some, domestic Negroes who will approach with that angle, but they are in the minority. But her video was toward passport bros.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I know that, most of the guys that I know that travel internationally are a lot more sophisticated than that, than to lead with that. They wouldn't lead with that. Why? Because they already have access to plenty of foreign women. So why would you lead with that? That wouldn't make any sense. When you can, get with a Thai woman that's not 165 pounds and 5'3". Like it doesn't make any sense. The other part is, she's leaving out one thing. Her white identified men that she claims she is, those same men are in droves in Thailand telling Mai Ling about Becky and why they're there. To avoid 165-pound feminist Asian chicks. They do it all the time. They tell them exactly why they're there. Because they get asked. We get asked by women abroad, hey, why is so many gringos down here? What's going on with y'all women? Because they see it. They ask. And then we tell them. We don't just offer it up.
Yeah, y'all ain't leading with that. Like that's y'all game. Like,
a matter of fact, I got a story. I was at Sweet Georgia Cafe, which is a black male-owned restaurant in Medellin, and there was an American brother sitting there with an American black woman who happened to be there. There are lots of expats down there who are there for work, or they're doing business, or they're on vacation or whatever. This particular guy happened to live there, and this particular girl came down to visit him. And the young lady that I was with saw them going back and forth in one of these heated black love arguments. And she asked me, hey, what was that about? Is that what you were explaining to me about how relationships are between men and women in the U.S.? I was basically like, yeah, that's how it is. She said, oh, yeah, I see it now. Because I told her about how the women were more aggressive and more, not as cooperative. And she said, oh, I see it now. So, no, these things come up. We don't just pull it out of our ass.
All right. Pablo, your avatar not showing. I don't know if you could change the picture or something like that. It's like a little white circle. I don't know if you could do something about that. Do something about it. But
see what I can do.
All right. Let's see. We got read that one. We got Dwayne spelled correctly. No, I don't know. Dwayne Wade spelled his name so horribly. But Dwayne Rose in the building says, haven't been receiving notifications. Yeah, YouTube be like that. I got to get a set time and stick to it so that way people know when to just come looking for me, whether they get the notification or not. Or I'm probably
going to make spell it right.
Dwayne. Oh, I know Dwayne. Are you saying Dwayne Rhodes don't?
So it's a Danish name and there's no W in that alphabet. So the correct way to spell it, according to its original spelling, would be with a U, a regular U.
Yeah.
But his mama was black woman, and they don't spell shit correctly.
Well, no, it doesn't really. I'm just saying that that's the English spelling. Like,
yeah, but his mama gave him the name, so his mama's messed up on English, not him.
I'll get out of there. Yeah.
Anyway, going to LaShawn Jefferson. That LaShawn threw me off. I thought a woman was on the panel, but be it as it may, you got the floor.
Yeah, my mama was the first one to name a black boy LaShawn, and I'm the keystone to why everybody else son is named LaShawn. Thank you very much. It's spelled different.
That's a thing. That's a thing. Men named LaShawn.
Oh yeah, if your black mama is the first one to come out with a fancy ass name, why you think the kids is named Mercedes, Ferrari, uh, Unvan Gondar?
No, I
Like
mean
I met a black dude.
I've met Mercedes and stuff like that. I've never
Yeah,
met a
but
black
have you
man.
met the black men that grew up with a weird ass name that got their ass kicked in like elementary, preschool
I
because
I,
they were
I
named
think
like Ferraro
I think I
and
just
they were
met one
black?
today. I think I just met one today who got his ass kicked for having a weird name.
Oh no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm an army brat. You know what? There's a lot of black men say, boy, you don't get your name from you, right? I said, no, I didn't want to be named LaShawn. Well, I'm gonna teach you how not to get your ass kicked in school. I got a lot of those. They wasn't my daddy, but they taught me hand to hand combat. So LaShawn was the bully.
All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. But anyway, go ahead. What you got on this topic here?
um, Here it is. Kyrie Irving. Watch something on Amazon. He subbed to Amazon TV or its Amazon channel, suggested a documentary that Amazon produced, and said, "Hey, black people, would you like the? I suggest y'all watch this." He's getting all the Jewish hate in the world, but Amazon is owned by, and Amazon only thing they had to do was do a simple as post that wasn't even 12 sentences, and nobody's going after Amazon. And Kyrie Irving suggested the damn documentary he subbed to on Amazon. Is anybody connecting the dots? He didn't produce it, he didn't make it, he ain't back it, he just watched it off his $9.99 a month.
No, he didn't watch it. That's the problem. He did not watch it.
Well, I
He
mean,
shared it. Wait a
that's
minute.
kind of
But
the
Amazon put it on the damn thing. Whether he watched it or not, nobody's going after Amazon. And they, the people that made the damn thing
But brother,
viewable for
that's
everybody who
hold on,
got
but
an Amazon subscription. Am I
that's kind
lying
of
about that?
hold on,
how
wait,
you could have did all of this.
real quick. I don't know. Hold on. That's kind of the old story, you know. That's kind of. I mean, and not to. I mean, it's still going. It's still going. But the new part of the story is that despite of whatever he did, you know, sharing that video, and then when asked about it, he said some things like I can't be anti-Semitic because I know who I am. He's basically saying that he is Semitic. So he's basically saying that yeah, he's he's you know from the Israelites in the Bible, so to speak. So that's
Bernard
you know,
Riley,
so
can I ask you a quick
he's
question on
making
that?
he's making statements like that, and so that puts him in the basically in the pro-black category. He's a black
I
Hebrewite, like
understand
he's
that,
black
sir.
Israelite.
But is there,
You can't. Holy shit, dude!
no, I
You can't
really
give.
want to ask you a question
I really
because
want to
is he
finish.
defending himself because he
Hold.
made a statement
Wait a minute,
or is he
brother.
standing his ground?
Brother, I really want to finish talking on my show. That's what I want to do. So, like what I was saying, where the story has evolved to is that he's become a poster child of some pro-blackness, and then now they're criticizing him because his woman ain't dark enough. That's where the story ultimately has evolved to. So that's kind of where I wanted to take it. But you can go ahead and circle back and ask your question.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no, Bernard, this is new to me, and this is why I jumped up on the panel because it started out as a basic story. He watched something on Amazon, a documentary he suggested other black people watch.
Yes,
Now that could have
that was the
okay,
content 2 weeks
okay,
ago. Yeah.
yes, sir. I'm doing from start to finish so I
Okay.
can keep up because you gave me new information. I'm not attacking you or
Oh no, I
disavowing
didn't feel attacked.
anybody else's knowledge. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
I didn't feel hold
covering
on.
for
I
the
didn't
people.
I want to make it clear. I didn't feel attacked at all. That wasn't what that was about. I was just
Yeah,
setting the
that's what I'm
table
saying.
properly for the conversation. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. But see, when Kyrie Irving suggested black people watch this docudrama or documentary, I'm not sure which one it is going to be classified as. I got to be specific, especially with the group we dealing with, because they can hot pocket your ass real quick, as proved to Kyrie Irving, Kanye West, or anybody else. Hell, they're trying to get Dave Chappelle right now, but Dave Chappelle cleaned that damn thing up on SNL, and they can't mess with him. So look, one thing I'm saying right now is a black man is the instant get out if you want to go ahead and show everybody what you're going to do if they go as far as that black man did. Okay, and we the example. We've always been examples since slavery, and we were getting the cusp of freedom, or like that affirmative action that black men never got, but white women seem to eke it out and everything else, and then everybody else gets it. But there's a whole bunch of things that black men on the side burner has been catching hell, and we ain't got no choice in it, because that's what the system and the program is going to set it up as, and it's the easiest damn thing they can do. But the thing is that Kyrie Irving only suggested something, and now it's to the thing that his woman is like, slavery was on them islands too, and trust me, she's African, except they bred it with the natives, so she's half and half. She's still African, and I don't see why the heck Brazil. Look at, I mean, how many damn times have we been on islands, Dominican Republic, all these islands that slaves didn't make it to America or South America to, but they ain't Africans, but that's where they dropped the Africans at? Come on now.
All right, go ahead, Pablo. You was trying to jump in.
All right, so here's the thing about the Kyrie situation. Kyrie could have easily ended this when it started. And here's why. In the first 3 or 4 minutes of that video talks about Jews being evil and in a plot to take over the world, and all the problems of the world begin because they have evil intentions to rule everyone and destroy and pillage. Okay, that's basically the gist of the first few minutes of the video, and it's done by a Hebrew Israelite documentary maker, right? That's where it's from. When asked about when Kyrie posted it, he did not leave any caption.
I'm just playing on that, y'all. All right, go ahead, Pablo.
When he posted it on his Twitter, he did not put any words or caption or anything. He just posted it in response to something someone else was saying. Boom, he just threw it up. When asked about it, wait a minute, I let you talk, I didn't interrupt. When asked about it, hey Kyrie, you posted this on your Twitter, this movie, this video, and it has some anti-Semitic statements in here. What do you say about it? His response was not what you said. His response was, well, I can't be anti-Semitic, right? All he had to say was, hey, I haven't really watched the whole thing. Let me get back to you and take a look at it and see what it's about. Or, I'm not anti-Semitic. I posted it as a means or tool to show people that Black people are descendants of Hebrews and are also considered Semitic peoples, or whatever else it was he was trying to say. He didn't do that. Because his pride would not let him say, I didn't watch it, he just doubled down on it.
Damn.
And finally, he ended up doing what he should have done in the beginning, which was say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not anti-Semitic. I wasn't fully aware of what was in it. I don't agree with that, or whatever. But the problem is he kept resisting doing it until they had him boxed in.
I disagree. I mean, one, I'm not so convinced that he don't agree what's in there, everything that's in there. I think he probably do agree with everything that was in there. And secondly, he don't gotta get. He can just say, I mean, okay, he leaving money on the table when he do that, but he could basically say, I'm not about to bend over, submit, and apologize for something that I don't think that I did wrong. Don't give me a timeout and
Well,
have me go. They basically they would want to give him a timeout, have him go stand in the corner with a dunce hat on. It's like, nah, if he don't think he did nothing wrong, and his belief system sort of revolves around a lot of the things that was said in the documentary. And this is a man who did believe or still believes that the earth is flat. So denying major historical events, that's not really a far reach. So he probably don't
Well,
think that event involving he probably don't think that event involving the man
then
with the
it's
little
even
mustache.
worse. Well, it's
He
worse.
probably don't think the event involving the man with the little mustache happened. He
Well,
probably
then
don't
it's
think
even worse, Bernard. If what you're saying is true, then he should stand on it. Then he should have never apologized. He should have never done all of that. See, the problem I have with a lot of black people lately is they want they believe that free speech means freedom from consequence, and that's just a childish world that doesn't exist. If you believe that, if you feel that, then you have to be willing to take the hit. When Muhammad Ali decided, you know what, I ain't going over there to no Viet Cong, ain't nobody to Vietnam, ain't no Viet Cong ever called me nigger. He stood on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna take my title, fine. You're gonna take my money, fine. I'll deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you waffle back and forth, you are as weak as they feel you are. You are absolutely weak, and they should dominate you if that's how you are.
Yeah, okay. He did apologize, but his apologies were always kind of slighted and kind of backhanded. Like he in the midst of all those apologies, he basically like even in the last formal apology he did before he went back to got back on the court, he did also slip in there, I know who I am. That's basically his line saying I am Semitic. And if he once he say that, he's still admitting that he believes, pretty much what's in that was what's laid out in that documentary. Once he says that, he's standing on, I believe what's in this documentary, but as a formality, I'll go ahead and apologize so I can keep playing. That's basically
Now,
yeah.
what I don't agree with was their kind of the punishment that they tried to mete out. If you're gonna suspend them, then go ahead and do what you're gonna do. Coming up with, oh, you got to give this much money, you got to go to this class, you got to do this and that.
They had him.
Either
He had to go get a kids a piggyback ride, all kind of shit. That
right,
was some bull. That was
right.
some bull.
Now I don't agree with that part. If you're gonna put the hammer on him, go ahead and put the hammer on him. Right? I mean, that's how I feel. If you're gonna take his livelihood, take it.
Mm-hmm. But all right. But I do I do want to circle it back. I mean, that was a conversation we went round and round about that for, all of last week and the week before that, I think. So I want to circle. I mean, it's still interesting, but yeah, that's where it was at. He back on the court now, and now that all the initial steam of it is over, is now they mad because they find out he's at the press conference and his kids are too. One of his kids got some kind of straight hair. That's what it evolved to. But Sodomy and Chicken in the Building says that video denies that event, trying to protect the algo. He probably really didn't watch it. I think he's in agreement with that. I mean, once if you believe the earth is flat, there's plenty of historical events that I won't put it past you to not think that they happened. I mean, I don't know what the evidence is that event didn't happen, but as far as I know, is pretty historically substantiated. Somebody can send me the evidence. I'll look at it, read it, or watch a documentary, but I don't know what the evidence is that it didn't. So So I ain't going with that. I'm just going to put that in category of, thinking the earth is flat. But Kyrie made a bad move. He should have left that alone. He says the H denial is a no-go zone. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, to quote Sub-Zero, when it comes to him being a black Israelite, black Hebrew, I forget what they call themselves. We are talking about a man's personal belief in expression of how he's, worshiping or believing in God. You can't come at him for that. You could probably give him a smack on the wrist for denying that historical event. But overall, if he says, no, this is what I am, this is my interpretation of the Bible, and this is what I believe and how I communicate with my deity, they can't do nothing about that. That's actually, I think that's violation of, well, no, that wouldn't fall into a violation of separation of church and state. But either way it go, I disagree with him on a lot of stuff, but I stand by and generally support him. But anyway, Jake, hold on, put that back up. Jacob Duvall, devil in the building, says, "Man, you and Hood Conservative keep getting hit by the Death Star. It sucks. Some of that spiciness is gone." I'm not so sure that I got hit, and I don't think I don't use the word spicy to describe men, but I don't think since we going there, I don't think none of the spiciness is gone. Yeah, man, I don't know. But anyway, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it as far as GC, your thoughts on well, you just heard the background of all the Kyrie Irving stuff, and then now it's leaking out that, well, this right here is leaking out or coming out. Not leaking out or coming out. This is stuff that I always knew because I've seen his kids before. That, his kids like that. The one at the bottom got the straight hair, and that's his woman, who I guess they said she looked too racially ambiguous or blackish or whatever the hell. And they said, nah, bruh, you can't be authentically pro-black and doing all this blackity black, we black y'all-ness if you ain't authentically with a black woman and that kid that he holding. I mean, well, y'all can see it right there. The kid, that kid came out with straight hair. I mean, that's, you ain't with a black woman if your kid coming out with straight hair. So apparently Black Twitter and the whole works, they got issue with him on that. They're fighting against, they're saying that he's not, authentically pro-black. You can't be some pro-black man. You're sleeping with some racially ambiguous, non-questionable, unquestioned black woman. Your thoughts?
Okay. I think the correct response to that, and every person, man, woman, and child who fits that description should cancel their support at that point. If you truly feel that way, then like all of the white people who march with BLM should stop marching. All of the white people who donate to such causes should stop donating, because you can't be pro-black, right? They all should just stop and give up. Any support that non-blacks give blacks should be canceled by this logic, because you're not pro-black if you are sleeping with a non-white person or a non-black person, right?
Yeah, you're saying they'll take support and in some cases leadership from non-black people and won't hold them to some standard of blackness, because they could be white and with a non-black person, and they're just doing things to help out. So yeah, this is an ally on our team, but Kyrie, no, you got to be putting his dick in the right place at night. It's like putting,
well, yeah, I mean, by that logic, Joe Biden, right?
Joe Biden.
Well, can he be pro-black? I mean, his wife. Oh, just so you know, Joe Biden's wife isn't black.
Okay, yeah, that's why you threw me off. But
yeah, his VP is something like that, but his wife isn't black.
Yeah, you're speaking.
And actually, could Kamala Harris be pro-black? Now that you think about it, huh?
No, she shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. So by this logic, most everyone should not be pro-black. And black
Yeah.
women, shame on you. Shame on you that your vagina is so worthless you have to add a caveat. You are trying to require people to use it. Vagina should sell itself. However, it didn't, and it's not. You actually have to add, like, oh yeah, you need this in order to maintain your blackness. That really says something. That really says something. You are bartering your vagina down. You have to add, you are auctioning it off down. Okay, so you if you are like a shrewd negotiator, right? And you walk into a car dealership and you say, I want that car, but you're a shrewd negotiator, you get them to throw in some extra stuff. Like, yeah, but I'm going to need an extra 2 years on warranty. And, if you want it at that price, you got to throw in some leather seats and, maybe a automatic door handle and stuff they throw in extra in order to make it you are throwing in extra by making it a requirement in order to be black or to be pro-black. That really says something about it. You have to, there's other ways to increase your vagina value. Real hair is a start. Weight loss is another. Lingerie. And I'm not talking about the Target shit y'all be doing. I'm talking about the actual stuff. And practice sucking my penis. There are ways.
What do you mean? What do you mean the actual stuff, not the Target stuff? What are you talking about?
Okay, so every now and again, you fuck a bitch who don't really get her underwear right.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses me off, Bernard, because I'm recently single, and every now and again, it looks like these bitches be having like
she be having on drawers.
No, not man drawers, but they have like, it seemed like they have a drawer full of unfolded just bra and panties in the same drawer, and they just pick out of it anything that don't mix or match or don't make any damn sense, and sometimes it don't even fit good. That's what I'm talking about. Like they gain and lose weight and they don't get the underwear to match their new physique. Just this shit is all and generic and stuff, and some of it look like it's been washed too many times, and you could see like the fuzziness off the side of the bra strap and shit. The old worn shit. I'm sick of it. It's the details. Stuff like this increases a woman's vagina value. You ratchet bitches, do better in that regard. Yeah, somebody said Victoria's Secret. Listen, I don't know what the new modern lingerie brand is, but give me it. When I see it, I know it and I like it. I don't look at the tag. I look at I look at what it is. And if what it is pleasing to me, then do it. This is how you increase your vagina value, not this other crap. Not saying that it's somehow tied to my pro-blackness.
I have
I'm pro my black penis.
Go ahead, Pablo.
I have a question. So he's not pro-black on the basis of the phenotype of his lady, correct?
That is correct.
So Louis Farrakhan could not be pro-black.
I don't know if his ladies. Notice I said ladies. Look like.
But using that logic, anyone of that phenotype could not be pro-black, because do you understand where I'm going with that? So Kyrie can't be pro-black because of the phenotype of his woman. Therefore, anyone with that phenotype disqualifies you from being pro-black.
So you're saying Louis Farrakhan? Are you saying Louis Farrakhan is phenotyp? Hold on, wait, real quick. Are you saying Louis Farrakhan is phenotypically similar to that? I mean, Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of got a point there. I mean, in low key, and I heard somebody say this, and I never thought about it, but he said there's been a lot of black lot of black leaders who are on that, that biracial spectrum real strong. So, going
Thurgood Marshall.
through history. I mean, yeah. No, no doubt. No doubt.
So
No
only
doubt.
Clarence Thomas could be pro-black. Louis Farrakhan could not be pro-black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I the contradictions are a many. The contradictions are a many when it comes to that. But yeah.
Somebody
what's
say the
the
B word,
what's the B word?
biracial.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's all of the black leaders.
Not
You know,
all, but
most.
not all, but a higher percentage than what some of the pro blackity black trying to exclude people
Yeah.
would be comfortable with.
Well, in the beginning, most of the leaders were mixed race, and most of them, there was that whole upper class thing, and only recently has pro-black gotten blacker. So I do have to kind of agree with Pablo, because even I call the Nation of Islam the nation of half breeds, because most of their leaders are very light, from W.D. Fard to Elijah Muhammad. Malcolm X wasn't as dark as Denzel Washington was blackwashing in that movie. And now, Minister Farrakhan, yeah, they're all pretty light. And, even the security and all that, they're definitely, it looks like a modern day NBA basketball team out there during their services sometimes.
Yeah, I don't notice it as much today, but I do remember looking at one of the images, just the optics from one of the actual pictures back then with Elijah Muhammad, and how mixed he was, and then we know Malcolm X was well, I think Malcolm X per the story, as I understand, it was 25% white. It says dad was real.
Yeah, his mom was mixed.
Yeah, his mom was mixed. Yeah, so Malcolm X was 25%. Elijah Muhammad, I don't know what he was, but he was lighter than Malcolm X. And then
Definitely.
it was a lot of people in and around them that were, that looked biracial. And then Louis Farrakhan, I never really tried to pin down. I mean, I is he still perm? His hair is real damn straight. Is he perming that shit still, like at this age?
I don't. You think that's a perm?
I always thought it was, but I don't think you can be permanent for this long. So that's why I'm like, that might be his hair.
That's why I used him as an example.
Yeah, like he's still going with the white boy part right there and just combing it. It's like, yeah, like bruh, that like you got to, I don't blow that shit out or something. I don't know. Make that's never been really. That's never been a good look, being a black leader where you got the part the combed part right there. You ain't get the clippers and line up a part. No, he be combing that junk over there. That's never been a good look for a black leader to me. I've always been a little uncomfortable with that. But Sir Dice in the building says RZA Islam also. No, RZA Islam. I look at him. I just see a light skinned brother, even more brown skinned damn near.
No, I'm just saying, but if you look in like the early days, like late 18s, early 1900s, like, honestly, one of the most powerful men, in the early, I guess I can say right 40s, 50s was like Adam Clayton Powell, and he was as light as they come, so.
Hold on, get out of there, perfect storm. Well, when he don't have to get out there, I got to get out there. He said he's part, talking about Farrakhan, he's part Jewish and he's ruling over niggas. Okay. All right. Anyway, carry on. Go ahead, patriarchy.
I don't know about that, but no, I think this is very interesting. With Kyrie, it's just everything right now is just so muddled, So I mean, I do think Kyrie's gotten a very bad deal from his own, and I don't know what to say. I feel sometimes I feel even worse for Kyrie than I do for Kanye.
How so? Kyrie's still playing. He just lost his he did lose his Nike deal in 5 games of pay. He didn't lose half as much.
That's true. I mean, Kanye lost a lot, but I don't think, number one, Kyrie didn't jump all the way out there. And then number two, just the willingness for NFL players, or excuse me, NBA players to walk off of the court for BLM, and just their
That's a
inability,
good point.
they like, where are you at now? Like, and for me, it's not even just this with Kyrie. It really can't. I knew the NBA wasn't about, well, I've never liked LeBron James, but I knew that the NBA wasn't about anything when he refused to take the shot. Like, I knew Kyrie was about it when he refused to take the shot, and nobody really backed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really backed him then. So, um, I mean, Kyrie's been abandoned, and this is like the latest thing. And then the funny part about it is all the Johnny come latelys of Shannon Sharp and LeBron. And, oh, now, oh, what about now? And so, I do. I feel a little sorry for Kyrie.
Yeah, Nate, clarify what you mean when you say take it from somebody who was the only one that. Oh, you saying he wasn't even light skinned? You
Which
saying
one?
take it
What was he
from?
saying?
I think he's talking about Farrakhan. He's saying he's the only one here that actually met the minister. So he's saying that he wasn't.
I haven't met him, but I did go see him speak like twice. I actually like some of the stuff he has to say.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to who we got in here. Wait, no, my bad. I already read that one. My bad. Shout out to Sir Tice again with said Islam. Also, what do y'all think? I gotta step away for a second. So I'm gonna actually pass it. I'm actually pass it to y'all, but that something was thrown out there. The patriarchy did actually throw something out there pretty interesting, that the NBA players, they did some very vigilant protest and all kind of stuff. Like even
They
some games,
boycotted.
yeah, even a
And
couple games got postponed when
no, and remember, LeBron was willing and wanted, because he's a coward, and not a good basketball player either.
oh, no, he's a good basketball player. Don't
Oh,
get
my bad.
blasphemous.
He's not the best, but I think he's the
He's not
Hillary.
the. You can charge him
I
up
think
with not being the greatest.
I think he's the Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden of the NBA. I think a lot of things were given to him to make him have his rings. But let's talk about his last ring. It was during the bubble, and remember, he was one of the main driving voices that wanted to boycott the rest of the season. And it was the players that actually, I think, like the bench warmers, that were like, hey, we need this money. We can't really just boycott the rest of the season like that. But not only did they walk off because of I forgot the guy in Kenosha who was going into his car, and they lit him up. But yeah, over that, the Jacob Blake, I believe it is. And so
Yeah.
yeah, but remember, I just remember, and I thought for sure, like when I saw Kyrie the first time with the shot, right? Like that's when I knew Kyrie was really about it. When he was like, listen, I'm not doing any of this crap, So, and I thought they were going to have his back then, and they should have had his back. But,
Yeah, they didn't have his back on that, but they was they was down the ride. They was down the ride for all the BLM stuff. That's an interesting perspective, looking at the things that they stand up for, the things that they will speak against, and they will criticize. They even criticized him with sharing a documentary and all of that. They criticized him for that. So yeah, so the NBA is like a peculiar place. NBA is a peculiar place, those guys. But we are joined by a gentleman by the name of Dirty Folks. I actually heard quite a bit about you.
yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. So unfortunately, though, I gotta go step away for a second, but I'm gonna pass the mic to you. I should be able to hear most of what you got to say while I'm stepping away. But Dirty Folks, you have the floor. You have the mic. I heard you was funny. So
man, I'm not funny, man. The truth is funny, man.
Tell some jokes, nigga.
Go
ahead, you got it.
Under the Dave Chappelle Act, man, I gave back the 50 mil. Hey, no, all right. This is. I was listening to this. I have a question for you guys, for the guys on the panel. How closely knit are you with your identity based on a crayon?
Oh,
It's a legit question. I mean,
I don't understand the question.
okay, This whole discussion is about girls with clothes on. Like I tell people on my channel, never listen to a girl with clothes on because if they dress, they lying. So it doesn't really matter what they say.
Okay.
I really don't.
I have no crayon loyalty, my friend. I mean, I
Oh,
think that the crayons, I think that in 68 they decided that the crayons didn't matter anymore. Okay, they threw them all, no, they smashed all the crayons together, and at that point, some people just use the crayon card to get people to do what they want.
well, the only people that really use the crayon card to get what they want, if you want to be professional, because I'm assuming that's what pro means, right? Pro means professional. So if you get paid for it, I've never been a professional black. I've never got that check. But the people who do get that check is
What do
women.
it?
The people that get that check for the crayon is women, gays, and felons. Those are the ones that benefit from the EEOC. Those are the ones that steal the money. So when I listen to the tiny hats talk about they work with the NAACP and the Urban League, I have a personal battle with the Urban League. The Urban League has stolen more money than the Clinton administration. Y'all
Facts.
just don't understand. And every time anything happens to a black man, normally a gay or a felon, right? Because that's what black is, women, gays, and felons. So when you talk about Jacob Blake got shot up in Wisconsin, but he was actually from Evanston, Illinois. I went to school in Evanston, so I have classmates that know him personally. And everybody say he was a hot-headed asshole. And I saw the video, and they told him to freeze several times. He was like, "I'm finna go to car get my pistol." I shot his ass too. So once again,
Yeah.
they supported a felon, right? They tore up the entire nation, and from what I heard, foreign nations over a convict that played AAU ball with a basketball player. So all of a sudden, because he cool with a dude that rap and a dude that hoop that still paid check-in fees to come to O Block, all of a sudden he's a martyr, even though he was off fentanyl, acting scary as shit, 6'9", scared of a dude that's 5'5", doing
Oh
porn for
shit, we
second
on.
money.
I just came back and we on George Floyd. That's
No,
what
no,
Nah,
we.
we no,
he's
we're not.
touching. He's given a good point about how the pro-black card has been adopted by women's, gays, and felons.
Oh
So
yeah,
every
yeah, yeah.
so
Agreed.
every time y'all ride, y'all get the women, gays, and felons. So then when people talk for you, y'all let the women's, gays, felons, and minstrels, because y'all love entertainers, to be your voice. And then we have these arguments about what women, gays, felons, and minstrels say. I used to take SAT tests for dudes who couldn't pass the SAT, but they was like Mr. Basketball, Mr. Michigan. I flew all around this nation taking tests for dumb niggas that could put a ball in a
Mm.
basket. So you're telling me the dumbest motherfuckers are your spokespeople? Women with clothes on, with fucking clothes on, are your spokespeople? Goddamn it, gays can punk you out, and felons can get people to rally around and give them money all the time. The tax paying, no criminal record, go get a job, trade, education. Black men are the brunt of the brunt bearers of all this because matriarchy is slavery. So every time I listen to y'all talk about crayon issues, it's always about how to save a bitch. Every single
Wait.
time,
Time out. Hold on, bro. When you say y'all, who you talking about?
just black in general. When they say save the community,
So you
what
talking you talking about them niggas over there? Because we the
oh
same
right,
people
yeah,
that you.
right.
What'd you
Don't
say?
trust. Exactly. You're right. Right. I'm under the Uncle Ruckus Act. Don't trust them new niggas over there. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Okay. All right. Because the same people you calling. I don't know if I'm familiar with my channel, but the same people that you calling out. That's what we call out too. So we on the same page. You amongst
I'm with.
friends. Okay.
I'm with
Okay.
you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
with you.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you knew where you was at.
Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So I'm just going
Okay.
off the talking points of today's show. I'm not even talking about your show because you
Yeah.
can't. Because shout out to Conservative. He told me to slide through. Conservative and Little Big Nate. They was like, "Yo, but not really cool." I'm like, "I right, slide through. I will check it out."
Okay. Cool.
So this is my point based on this show. You had the Asian girl that said that black men come through with female black women hate talking points to holler. I just did a show yesterday with a black girl who used to be a ghetto gagger telling black girls don't deal with white guys because white guys say they don't like white women. The exact same talking points that the Asian girl used against black men, the black swirling girl used against white men. The only identifiable things that I could tell is number one, both of them had clothes on, and number two, it's a feminist talking point, right? So it's nothing to listen to there because they still want $40. They can say they hate you and they still want you to pay their light bill. So that was one point. Then you get to the Kyrie point. The thing that I had to say about the Kyrie point with Kyrie having a girl with decent hair, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
is I'm pro that. I'm about to say something that's very controversial that nobody on your channel will agree with. But I believe this wholeheartedly. I don't necessarily trust men with black wives. And I don't care what color the man is. If his wife is
Oh,
black, I don't trust
Woo!
men with black
ooh,
wives.
that's a
That's
good one. That's
that's
it. You got to elaborate on that one, bro, because you're gonna make a whole lot of people mad.
that. Yeah, you got to explain that one. I right when you said that you about to say something that a lot of people not going to agree with, I was like, nah, I'm
Nah, I
probably
thought he was
sure.
about to say.
I
I'm
thought
like,
he,
we'll
I,
probably
I thought
agree
he
with
was
it.
about to say right when he was setting it up. I was like, nah, I'm probably about to agree with what he's saying. But then when he said it, I was like, nah, I gotta hop off the train right there on that one.
Okay,
Okay, why
But
dirty folks?
but go lay it out.
okay. Because only men can be tribal, right? Because y'all can call it color, but it's really tribe, right? Who you perceive as white is only white in juxtaposition to black. When they're amongst themselves, they're Scottish, Danish, Irish, Italian, Polish, German.
Mm-hmm.
They have a nationality, they have a flag and a beer, right? Apparently, the beer is important according to my friends. You can't just have a flag, you gotta have a beer. So they have a flag and a beer. When blacks are so inclusive, that's why I call y'all colors because y'all play crayon games. It's the blacks and the browns, and everybody can join your crayon, even though men in general are tribal. Those same men will tell you in a minute, okay, I'm black, well, I'm with you, but I'm really Nigerian, Kenyan, Jamaican, Belizean. And I have no problem with that because everybody has a flag and a beer, right? I have no problem with that. When it comes to the what you want to call them, FBA, adios, whatever, it's
Yeah.
all about it's all about crayon, right? It's all about trauma. Like girls told me before, like you need to be with a black girl because only black girls understand your trauma. I was like, bitch, I ain't trying to be traumatic. Like I'm trying to get out of trauma, bitch. Like you the
Right.
trauma. So
Mm.
I say this to say this. When I look at men being tribal, and I say what men look out for their tribes, and I want to say with the exception of LeBron James, but I'm not even convinced about that because I think Nike puts a lot of money into stuff they put LeBron James's name on. But when I look at men who make moves for men who look like them, they never have a black wife. I know, well, rarely have a black wife. When I look at Byron Allen, how he runs the industry, non-black wife. When I look what they
Colin
did to
Kaepernick,
Focus Gambino, what's my man that made the movie Get Out? Keenan or what?
No, that's
Key and Peele. He talking about Key and
yeah,
Peele.
Jordan Peele. Jordan
Jordan
Peele.
Peele.
Jordan Peele. White wife tells very explicit stories about the black male experience. When I see the guys, I realized this. I had the opportunity to be in a room with a guy by the name of Ed Gardner. I don't know if his real name Edward, but Ed Gardner. Ed Gardner
That's the guy
was
from Pursuit of Happiness. The
no
actual guy. I think
No,
that's his
no
that's not
name
the
though.
real name. The Chris Gardner Scott from
Chris
Pursuit of
Chris.
Happiness.
Okay.
Chris Gardner is Pursuit of Happiness. I think he got a white
Okay.
wife too. Shout out to
Yeah, of
him.
course, of course.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
and your boy who paid for all the Morehouse's
Oh yeah, he does. He does
he
have
got a
a
white
white
wife.
wife. Yeah, Robert Woods or something like that.
Robert
Yeah,
Smith.
Robert Smith.
But
Wow.
Ed Gardner is the dude who ran Sofro, like Luster. He made the Jerry curl and the pink oil moisturizer, all that.
well, I mean, white women are generally more attracted to not only success, they're attracted to men with successful potential.
Mm.
I
So naturally, these men are going to wind up with, white women
no
than non.
no. That's not a natural thing. Naturally, you date in your proximity. Naturally, your
No, I'm
neighbors are
saying that
black.
they're naturally attracted to it. It is natural for a woman to be attracted to such a thing. Um, yeah.
Women. I don't think women come in black. That's my point. I think there's women, and then I mean we're talking about I'm saying we have females. You have biological females, but I'm saying from a real perspective of somebody being there to motivate you, inspire you, make you want to lasso a mountain and bring her the cap. all the things that you guys argue about is really transgender energy, which makes them black as well, right? So
bro, I understand that that's how you talk, but when you keep saying you guys, it's feel like you're talking about us. Like,
Yo, you gotta let it. You gotta let it marinate. I get what
Oh,
he's
yeah.
saying. You gotta let it marinate. If you listen to the one-liners, you gotta let them. I
no,
get everything he's saying.
I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying.
that's all I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying is I look at the.
Let me break it down like this. To the degree where I can agree with you what you said about not trusting dudes with black wives, I do think anybody who has a black wife in their, if the sole reason that their wife is black, keep in mind I said the sole reason that their wife is black is because he's on some I'm black and I gotta be with a black woman and blackity black and black. Whenever somebody starts talking like that, that's it is true that I don't see too many of them. That's actually doing all the things that they claim that they are, supposed to be doing, for a community and all of that and blah, 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 blah. Those are the things that they say. They talk about we're for the community, we're for building black people, we pro-black, we this, we that. Those are the ones that they do be least likely to do that. Then when you they run into that conundrum. They do run into that conundrum because the ones who do end up being in a position to move the needle on something and be actually willing to do it, they do quite often be having non-black wives, and thus the reason that they're blowing up over Kyrie, even though I think his wife she counts.
I think.
Well, there's definitely a reason for that, Bernard. One of the many reasons for that is because black women don't wish to be supportive. I'm not saying that they're incapable of being supportive, but when you have a premise, when your base premise is we're together because we struggle together, meaning that our unity is our struggle, they want to assure that the struggle is maintained, because the fear is that, if you ever become something successful, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you will leave. So in a relationship with a black woman, not only is she not going to support you in becoming successful, they often and sometimes will downright sabotage you. So yeah, it is true. There is a correlation. There is a reason why men sometimes become more successful with non-black women, and that's because he don't have to deal with his saboteur in his bed.
Yeah, I holistically reject that whole we black, we both black, we gotta be black together. We that how they say no other woman will understand your struggle as a black man more than a black woman. I'm not trying to struggle as a black man. So no, that's not a selling point.
Exactly.
But that's all I'm saying.
If you ever prosper, they fear that you won't be. They can't use that argument, So they.
No, this is short version. This is what I'm saying, and I think the gentleman who just said it, who just talked, he kind of eloquated the point. Mm-hmm. I don't mind the fight. I enjoy the competition, right? As a man, whatever we're competing against, I want to win. Sports, academics, debate, whatever. I want to win. I enjoy the challenge. I just don't want to be challenged 24/7. You understand what I'm saying? To be with the entitlement of you have to be with, you end up fighting a war on both fronts. Like, my parents been married for 50 years. My mama black, my daddy black. Nobody asked me about my daddy. My daddy black. And I watched how great of a I remember being 18, 19 years old and having a talk with my dad. And I said, yo, Pops, you can go ahead, get divorced now and be happy. Like, you did your thing. I'm in college. You know what I'm saying? You stayed for the sake of the kids. And I was like, yo, be happy, be free. And he was laughing like, yo, that's your mother. And I was like, oh, you love her for real? I was like, oh, my bad. Don't say keep it rocking in. But I knew then, I was like, yo, I'm looking at my parents, and I'm not an anomaly. I'm looking at all my friends' parents. I'm looking at all the fights that were happening because these black Tylers are professional fight promoters. The day's not saved until one dude's dead, another dude's in jail, and the third dude is in her bed before the arraignment. And I'm like, yo, a lot of this beef we have with each other is you fighting over your sister because your sister talked too much and your mama making you fight me. And I'm like, yo, bro, why don't you shut your sister up? Like, I'm looking at all. So then when I became an adult and I'm looking at men with phenomenal potential, to go back to the video when it was like dudes be like, I don't like black women. I like Asians. That's not how it works. I have a friend who is the president of the Republican Party of Joliet, Illinois, and he has an Asian wife. And I want to see, the swirl around him. I said, yo, so how did you end up with your Asian wife? He told me a story, true story. He said he was an athlete.
Hold on,
in high school.
whoa, hold on, wait, time out, bro. Hey, OGJ Speed, come back. I think somebody wants. I mean, we didn't argue with this dude till we blew in the face, but I think you want to come up and challenge you on some stuff. So, OGJ Speed, come back.
Come back.
Yeah, this
That
should
was
be a
going
good one too.
that was gonna get hella interesting. My bad. I was just about to bring you up.
No,
Come
yeah,
back.
man,
But
bring
go
him
ahead.
back.
Go ahead.
President of the Black Republican Party of Joliet, Illinois. I said, how do you have ended up with an Asian wife? He said he went to college. Him and his boys, all black boys, because men are tribal, said they gonna stay in the quad until they got a girl. They hollered at girls all night. All the black girls turned them down, even though they were all academic scholars and athlete, a couple people on the football team. All the black girls turned them down because every other race of woman goes to college to find a husband. Black girls go to college so she won't need one. So they all turned them down. Everybody else went to eat pizza in the dorms. He said he's not going back in the dorm until he find a girl. He said he was going through the quad, saw a Asian girl smoking a Newport, thought it was funny, started a conversation. They've been together 20 years, 4 kids later. That's organic. That's not I was looking for a non-black woman. That's I chose who likes me. I got another friend, that I always thought he was the dumbest nigga ever. I like him though, but he do dumb shit. Him and they started a housing agency when the foreclosure started. Bank of America gave him 500 for distressed properties. I came to him. I said, "Yo, I'm your boy. Let me get 4 houses." I know that's a crazy favor, but I'm 34. So I'm like, "Yo, let me get 4 houses because I want to start a male housing program. Because when you give a man a house, you build a family. You give a woman a house, she don't need no man. So quit building all these houses trying to give it to women in distress. Because do you know how many times she had to fuck up to get to you? That means she messed up with Section 8, CHHC, Christian Charities. Like, yo, bro, she's a total fuck up." He's like, "Yo, but I was raised by a single mother and single women need help." I said, "No, she need dick, nigga. She need to learn how to suck the right dick. You need to get a houses to men." We had whole debates about this shit.
Can I say something to you, brother, for a second?
What's up?
This is Pablo.
What's poppin', pimpin'?
Anytime a man is pursuing a woman or women, it is organic.
That's not true.
That's your birthright as a man to choose women on whatever basis for whatever reason. I mean, not anything illegal.
No, but do you think that there could be some contrived
I'm not talking
cultural
about
reasons?
I'm not talking about things illegal and immoral. But as a man, if you say, you know what, I like girls with, thigh gap, or I like girls with, red hair.
Okay.
That's you're a man. You have the right.
That's safe. You're right. That's a fetish, and you have the right to whatever fetish you like. I like tall girls. I like giving girls golden showers. All that's a fetish. I'm not talking about a fetish. I'm talking about culture. Y'all keep mixing up culture with color. The culture dictates the behavior.
No, you were saying that he met this girl on campus or whatever, doing whatever he was doing. I don't care if he meet it in the strip club. I wouldn't advise it, but
I wouldn't advise that one.
But what I'm saying is, as a man, you have the right to pursue, to chase, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you have the right. I don't know, Pablo. I think everybody agrees that you have the right, but if somebody is pursuing a woman on some cultural commitment, or they were taught or told that you have to get with this kind of woman. Like, I have some things that I'm naturally attracted to, and when I see it, I have a reaction, and that's what I like. But if that's not what it is, something that's naturally coming from within, and his outside forces saying that this is what you should choose for, this is what you should look for, you need to do this, you need to do that, then those are cultural, socially engineered, contrived reasons why somebody is doing something, and that is kind of unnatural. So yeah,
that would be unnatural. The reason I asked him that and I told the story is
Well,
there's a difference between.
here's the problem though.
Okay.
OG J gonna come up here, and I'm already tell you what he gonna say. He gonna say it's unnatural for you to choose somebody that's not black.
Okay, it's unnatural to choose somebody that's the same gender. But here's the thing:
if you're a black person, he's gonna say
did you listen to what
unnatural, that they smell bad.
Okay,
bring all out.
Hold on,
that's funny.
Let's let OG make his own argument before we put the word in.
One of the things that you got to listen to what Dirty Folks said, and I believe it was Dirty Folks, when he said when women choose, it's about proximity. Did you say that, Dirty Folks?
No, I said women don't choose. Women don't control their own body. Y'all think they do. Women don't control their body. Women only control
y'all, man.
I mean,
okay. All right. I'll let you.
Okay. All right. There are certain talking points in the men's sphere that say women control the access to sex, but they do not. Women only control the access to regret. So men choose.
I understand. That's why I don't make that argument. That's why I had a problem with the y'all, because that women control access to sex. I never make that argument because I don't necessarily agree with that. So that's why
I don't agree with that.
I got a problem when people be throwing out indiscriminate y'all.
I thought it was a proximity argument earlier.
No, I'm saying it's on men's proximity. Men hunt what's available. If I'm in the flatlands, I hunt buffalo. If I'm in the ocean, I fish. Men hunt based on proximity. Women don't hunt. They just lay there and hope to be the prey.
Okay.
So
that goes to even back to Pablo when it's a proximity thing. If most black people are around other black people, right, then it's a proximity thing. But I'm gonna let OG. I don't want to make his argument for him.
Yeah.
I give you the proximity thing. So if it's a proximity thing, then a proximity community is where you commune in unity. If there's no commune and there's no unity, there's no culture. So you just have a neighborhood. So the proximity doesn't matter unless men create the commune for unity. Girls don't do that. Girls promote fights. What I'm saying is the reason I asked him how he ended up with an Asian wife is because I didn't want the argument that Asian women are quote unquote more submissive. I wanted it to be organic, and his case was organic. So now I can trust his judgment as a man, as a black Republican, a black conservative man, to say, yo, this is what we're doing. And I know that he understands that your wife is an addition to your life. You didn't live to find a woman, which is a huge talking point that I've been fighting my whole life with real life friends, that they need to feel completed by a woman. I'm like, you need to be completed by your purpose, and people will join you on your purpose as you travel.
Facts.
All right. We're about to go to OGJC, but real quick, Sodomy and Chicken in the Building says successful men are less likely to tolerate black female fuckery. Absolutely 100% on that. And Freeman Journal in the building with the quote. He says, "Who's y'all?" He said Bernard Riley. Yeah. No, I'm with that, because I mean you're saying a lot of stuff that seem like you've been in this space for a while. Like you speak fluent manosphere. So that's what I'm like.
It's funny because I'm not even.
Oh. I know. You probably don't claim it. I don't know. You just mentioned, but you say, and everything that you've said is things that in one way or another I've said, or people on my channel have definitely said. I mean, you literally make a lot of points that I make. So it's like, yeah, you in lockstep in line with us. So when you say, well, y'all say this, I'm like, it's like, hold on, let's not create a division and separation when you clearly speak in the same language, spitting the same bars that we speak. It's like, it's a weird,
I'll say this, Bernard, I'm not speaking to you, right? I'm speaking about the discussion that I was listening to and the panel as I came in. I'm addressing that, y'all. I'm not addressing the content.
Yeah, but even then, when we talk about black and community and this or that, we're really responding to the people who talk about that and how counterintuitive they are with their use of black and community, how they're making counterintuitive, counterproductive arguments that basically cut off kick the legs out from under the table of the community that they claim they want to help and build up anyway. So we're mocking them damn near when we talking about it, and so that's what I'm saying there. So when you say so that's I'm
gonna fall back. I just want to say one last thing.
No, you don't got to fall back, because no.
I'm gonna let other people speak. I just want to say real quick, Sodomy and Chicken is the dopest name, bro. I like Sodomy and I like Chicken. I love your name, bro. If it was sodomy chicken and tacos, man, I was so super sub. Like this was
Right on, right on. Yeah, I've been saying that about sodomy and chicken for a while. That is one of the coolest YouTube names. But we joined by OGJ Speed. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Thank you for letting me on your panel.
Yeah.
I'm so tired I had to kick off the shit off my shoes before I started having the discussion. And then I walk into Solomon and chicken. What is this? Some black mountain, black mountain conversation bullshit? Solomon? Do we understand what that is?
That's the man's YouTube name.
I understand, but goddamn.
I had the same conversation.
Good morning.
But it's still a funny ass name. OG, you got some hissing going on in the background, like you got your gain up too high. Just
okay, I'm gonna cut it down a little bit because I don't want to scream and yell. I'm gonna try to be as calm as I can, especially with all the bullshit I heard just before I got here.
Right.
So number one, when you put something under the microscope that somebody's saying to be absolutely true, only thing you got to do is engage it in something else in life that you can compare it with. No fucking Laker would have on a Laker uniform and be playing Boston and then run over there and put on a Boston uniform at the same time they playing for the Lakers. The uniform we are given is the blackness. Black is not really a color. It's the essence of all color if you understand the history and understand who we are and what we represent. That can clarify a lot of the bullshit we even talk about.
You said
That's number
essence
one.
or absence?
Essence.
If we believe that all people, which science have not proved against it, that all people come from black people, then we have to be the essence of all color. Okay.
Okay. So we go with that theory. That means we produced everything on this planet. Just different varieties of it.
Then, by that logic, then you shouldn't even talk about race at all. If we are just one big happy race, you should be you should be one of them I don't see color type of niggas.
No, first thing, but not I ain't gonna be a nigga in the first place.
Okay,
that's number one.
Hold on, OG.
Okay.
Respectfully,
Okay.
I forgot you don't like that. Hold on. Hey, time out.
Well, all you Negroes and niggas who want to be, y'all could be whatever y'all want to be.
Hold on, OG. I forgot you don't like that word used against you. So my bad. I'll pull back on that. I give you that respect.
Yes, sir. I do take your apology, but no, it wouldn't really mean that because you still have all levels. You understand? Just let's look at it as cats. All right. In the animal kingdom, we have all different types of cats, but you don't find them fucking one crossbreed with the other one unless some ingenious person don't came and put them in a laboratory or something and made them do it and made them hybrid. So I'm just saying there's a natural order of things. As clear as wetness and water, they ain't in love with each other and you ain't gonna never be able to separate. Now you have a choice to do what the fuck you want to do in life, and I give everybody that choice because it's given to you just within life. But don't sit out and try to make it a rule of thumb. And I think that's what we try to do too much in these conversations. Is just because we disdain from it or we might be into some other goofy shit or some shit that we just like. Well, then you just like that shit. If you're a freak, you're a freak. I mean, ain't nobody gonna say you can't be a freak, but don't make that the natural order of things. So, it just you. One of the greatest things you can do as a person is listen to people talk. And all crimes are solved by people asking questions. So, I'm just like Dr. Henry Clark or any other our great people who have made their transition. I don't debate people who's not at my level. And I only teach. And I'm in the teacher mode right about now. So if anybody got any goddamn question, go ahead and put them out there.
I have a question. How many leaders of the Nation of Islam were light-skinned?
Just as many as Jesus Christ was a dark-skinned man.
I got a question.
Go ahead, sir.
I got a question. Okay, I want to go back to your Lakers Celtics analogy because I think that was a dope analogy, right?
All right,
So
tear it up
what you
so
told,
I can put it back together.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm here for the understanding, for the understanding. All right, so
Yeah.
check this out. The Lakers are a basketball team, right?
Yes, sir.
The Celtics are a basketball team, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but they opposing teams and they had the same goal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. What separates a Laker from a Celtic besides the jersey color?
Team.
All right, okay. So I tell you. Okay, let me say it like this.
Can a Laker become a Celtic?
Most
Street team.
certainly. And he's considered a traitor.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. So would you say that the Celtics and the Lakers, because they're great examples, they marquee franchises. Would you say that they both have a team culture?
Most certainly.
Okay. So what's more important, the team culture or the team players?
In the end of all things is the team that you are playing against, you want to win against.
That ain't the question. The question is what's more important to the team culture or the team's players?
The team culture.
All
I
right.
have a question after this.
So if it's the team culture, then culture dictates the logo because it's all about the logo. So if it's about the culture and the culture dictates the logo, the players can come and go, right?
Most certainly.
All right. So with that being said, LeBron been on 4 different teams. He done wore 4 different colors, but everywhere he go, he bring the LeBron situation. Like the player don't change the culture. When he became a Laker, they weren't impressed about what LeBron did in Cleveland because the Lakers have a
It,
Lakers culture.
and
You know
that
what I'm saying?
frame and the frame that you are using, that would be correct, but that's not the frame I'm using. Because if LeBron James came up in with another agenda other than him just winning a ring to upset the culture of the team, then I would have a problem with that.
I'm with you, sir. That's see, I'm on your side, bro. That's so that all
Oh,
I'm
you got the
saying.
smart OG today.
No.
Tomorrow you might have the dumb ass, but you got the smart one today.
I'm with you. So anything that upsets team culture is a cancer to the team, right?
Most certainly.
Alright. So all that I think these gentlemen are saying is there are certain people who got the color jersey on. They got the our team jersey on, but they're a cancer to the team culture, which means the team culture isn't identified.
Most certainly, but they are eliminated and they are seen to be a council within that culture, and they are eliminated.
They are?
Yes, sir.
Then how do you
Yeah.
become a professional?
Then you have to
Well,
pick
you
up
can
free
you can
agents.
always be a professional, but you still can be a professional idiot
Yeah,
or a
you have to
sellout.
you have to pick up free agents
All right, can I respond now?
Go
that
ahead,
make
GC.
suit on the team.
Okay, so OG, let me ask you this: what if a person is drafted by the Celtics? Then wouldn't his loyalty be with that particular team initially?
As long as you're playing for them.
Okay, so a single man is like a free agent. He's somebody that hasn't been picked yet. He hasn't been drafted yet. So if a single man, like in the scenario that the brother in the middle gave, was to get with an Asian woman, then that is the team that first drafted him, correct? And it is his duty to be loyal to that one.
Well, if you want to limit your thought right about now, yeah, that would be correct. But if you want to just keep where I'm going at, you was born with that color, so you don't get to put
No,
it
you were
on. It's
born with
already
that
put it
color.
on.
No,
No, I'm asking your question, but I'm just
no,
saying
I get your answer.
I can't go down your narrative because then if I go down your narrative is the person don't have a color, don't have a team. You was born with this team, bro.
Okay, so you're saying
You
that.
so you already drafted when that dick
All right.
went in the pussy. You was already drafted.
So you're saying that unlike your scenario with the Lakers and the Celtics, black men didn't get a choice. We were never drafted. We were never chosen by a group. We were just born into it, correct? Because
Most certainly.
would completely eliminate your thing because you can't trade or you can't do anything because you are stuck with this team that you were born into forever.
No
So
one's. Well, you seem to not understand what I was saying, bro. Because
no,
if
your
you
scenario.
did, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying now.
No, okay. Here's how I understand it. Your scenario was a man is in one team and then he decides to go to another. However, and that's an analogy for blackness. However, a black man is born into a particular team and therefore he cannot go to another. Correct?
Yeah, he could
Uh,
go to another team. We see it all the time. That's why we're having this discussion now.
but you say he was born into it. Okay, how does a black man
But
go to
just
another?
because wait. You can be
Okay,
born with
no.
you wait. Now, let me just clarify this, and then we don't have to go no further with this. You can be born with dicks and nuts, but you still could be chasing dicks and nuts. That's not your natural order thing, but that's what you were born into. You can choose. I said that when I first came in here. You can totally choose what you want to in life, but then we can't call that the natural order of things.
Who
I said that
said?
when I first came in. I'm saying if you born a man and the natural order thing is for you to be with a woman, but you choose to be with a man, that's your choice. But that's not the natural order of things. So what I'm saying and anything else that I'm talking about when I'm saying you're born in a team, that's the natural order thing. Now, if you choose not to like that team or you want to give up that team and you want to go and join another team, hell, we've seen it in everything and every aspect of life and every level of life. You had people in the South fighting for the South who were black. They were fighting against their own best interests.
All right, we can
Okay,
got far
so
afield to where. Hold on,
let me
real
put it
quick, real
like
quick,
this.
real quick. Hold on, real quick, GC. We can got far afield to where I done got confused. Are we talking about somebody being born black and they're actually black and that's what they are, or are we talking about somebody being, on that team and then they must stay and date and mess with women on that team? If they mess with another woman, that's when they're metaphorically leaving the team, going from Lakers to Celtics. I don't know where the hell we at.
Okay, where we at? But no, let me clarify where we at. And every given session, a given conversation, when you're talking about human beings, you're born with a certain team. Now, what you choose to do with yourself as you get to make your own decisions in life, that's up to you.
Okay.
But you still wear the uniform. You just decided that you want to
All right.
practice your life.
Right. No, I
Okay,
get
okay.
it. I get it. Okay. I think this is turning into a semantics argument because if you're born black, you can't stop being black. But the pushback is black is a color that they came up with to just call us black at some certain point in time. But then we'll get into the semantics of, well, then what are we? What do we call ourselves? Is there anything? We'll start trying to oddly define what is race, and then get into a debate over region and country and nation of origin and all kind of bullshit. So
I understand what you're saying,
that's
but
that's
no,
why I don't even play with it. I just
but
go with
no,
black. I just go
it's
with black, but I
yeah,
understand that it's a
right,
goddamn color that we
right.
just prescribe to a group of people who
But
are shades darker than this other group of people. And
but see, but not, but
that we
not
call a different color.
but not. See, this is what makes it so goofy.
Mhm.
And we sit around and have these conversations. We sit around and have these conversations about this type of topics. No, well, I just say the primaries that we usually talk for or against about where we are as a people. The primaries don't have to have this discussion. They understand the natural order of things. And
Start a primary.
when I say the primaries that we usually have these discussions about how we gauge ourselves successful or non-successful, it's white people because we're in a European nation. And no, the only reason I'm calling them primary is because we gauge ourselves as for success or non-success due to their success or non-success.
Oh, that's a shitty culture then.
So
And white people have this discussion all the time about inbreeding, crossbreeding, going overseas.
No, what I'm just
All this
saying
stuff.
is,
It's a
no,
different
no, no.
process.
What I'm saying is, it's already established. By the time they get past 17 years old, they already know where they're at. They don't have to have these discussions like we have the discussion for until the day we die.
Okay, let's do this. Let me understand this. This team concept. Is a single black woman part of the black team?
I think I already established that. I won't even acknowledge
Please
that question.
reestablish.
Yes, the rules still apply. Yes.
Please
Yeah.
reestablish.
No, I don't have to reestablish. It's already set. The example is already there.
So the answer is yes.
don't
The answer is
understand.
yes.
Please,
Let's move on.
please,
Let's
please
go forward, GC. His answer was yes to your question.
Oh, okay. So, because how is she part of a team when she is not with a black man? However, a black man who's not with a black woman isn't part of the team. I don't get that.
I grade, but you didn't ask me that question, but I grade both of them the same.
Yeah, like you just switched it
Okay.
up.
Well, you didn't answer the question, so they're both not.
No, I don't have to answer the question because I think my example was elementary enough for you to fucking understand it.
Because you just answered the question.
No, I don't think everybody else got it. I mean, why was it throwing you flip? See, what you like to do, you like to do a lot of conversation salad and jaw wrestling, but you understood exactly what my meaning was.
Okay, well, let's put it like this. Whatever you said aside.
Shut up, the jaw wrestling.
The same rules apply.
Thank you, sir.
Hold on right quick. Let's do it like this. If a black woman chooses to be single, meaning that if she is single and a black man approaches her and she turns down this black man, then she is just as damaging to the team as a black man who chooses to be with a non-black woman. Therefore, I don't think that if the team loyalty doesn't exist throughout the diaspora, then it should not exist on any of it.
Okay, let me just put it this way. Game changer.
Yeah.
Name change, a game changer. Let me just put it this way. If you walking around and you looking like Flavor Flav and somebody had to turn your ass inside out just to see the good part of you, that woman has a choice to turn your ass down. Mm-hmm. If you 4'11", goddamn. Wait, let me finish. If you 4'11" and she's 5'7", what the fuck protection can you give her? She can carry the same gun you can carry. You can't fight somebody at any man at anything as 5'10" and up. So she chose to turn you down. She might be waiting for somebody else with the same pigmentation of skin, and she might say yes to them. So you can't say that what you just said as far as is harmful towards the black race.
Okay, fair enough. And if she waits and she finds somebody of another race who is 5'10", that's on her as well. Now, I will say
most certainly.
I will say this: just as it is her right to turn down a man who is 4'11" and looks like Flavor Flav, I think that would be Lil Wayne. However, she has every right to do that.
No, Lil Wayne look like a turtle. So okay. you will be different in that one.
He's very short.
But he is a cosmetic eyesore, so we keep it on the cosmetic eyesore.
And he's short. I think Flavor Flav is tall. So, nevertheless, she has every right to turn down Flavor Flav, and black men, we have every right to turn down Lizzo.
Most certainly.
And right. Unfortunately, we live in a community where the women are 80% overweight. They're too damn fat. Therefore,
before we get to all this stuff.
I got you, Psycho.
Therefore, all but 20% of black men have every right to leave.
Nobody said you didn't have a choice.
All right. Let's push before we get far afield with that. Before we get far afield with that one, we're going to pass it to Psychopathies. And thank you to everybody supporting the stream. I'm going to be reading your super chats real soon. And shout out to the Cash App that came through. I didn't even shout this one out. Shit. Hold on, damn. Hurry up. My phone got Negro Wireless. It's coming through. Okay, Stefan Devil. I would pronounce your name that way. Stefan Devil. Thank you for that $5 Cash App. Do appreciate that. All right, go ahead, Psychopathies. You got it.
Yeah, thanks. Now real quick on the team thing and everything else. This is y'all made this very complicated, but it's very simple. You can play. You're supposed to play. You were born into a team. Yes, you can switch teams, but you cannot play for two teams at the same time. You can't tell me any sport where you can play for two teams in the same league at the same time. It don't happen. You playing on one team and that's it. If you leave, you traded, you go on a different team. You on that team now. You ain't on this team no more. That's just a simple concept, simple analogy. But now let me say this. Y'all can, men and women, I tell these divestors the same thing. I tell these men the same thing. Y'all all have the right. Game Changer kept talking about you have the right to do this, you have the right to do that. You absolutely do. Nobody physically stop anybody or is trying to physically stop anybody from doing whatever it is they want to do. I'm not with none of you dudes 24/7. I can't control anything y'all do. Y'all going to sleep whatever y'all want to sleep with. Only thing is this: I'm gonna go off the title of the stream because that's why I came up here. You can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, but you cannot do it and call yourself pro-black. If you are calling yourself pro-black, if you are identifying as being for your people, and that's what pro-black means, if you are identifying as being for black people, you cannot date outside your race, because once you do that, you have dual allegiances. You are trying to play for two teams at the same time, and that don't work for me. We are in competition with each other. We both trying to make the playoffs, and you over here playing for my team one night, and next night you won't play for another team that's trying to kick us out the playoffs. It don't work that way. So if you are calling yourself pro-black, you have got to be sleeping with somebody black. Now, if you're not calling yourself pro-black, fine, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. Can't nobody judge you, right? It's free world. Love is love, right? Ain't that the concept? Then do whatever it is you do. But we are talking about, the title said pro-black. It's Kyrie pro-black. And one more thing about, we can take it
on real quick before you move on. Hold on. I'm glad you came and gave a pro-black perspective. Can you really that don't count? Kyrie situation there, that don't count for the pro-blacks.
I don't know what she is. I can't tell what she is. She looks mixed to me.
Who is it?
I don't count mixed people as black myself. That's me. But that's either here or there. That's a whole different conversation that takes you somewhere else. But but I do want to touch on the other stuff he believes in, because I want to. You mentioned, I heard you mention earlier about him being a Hebrew. That's the pro-black bag and everything. No, actually it's not, because Hebrews actually don't even identify as the word black. They identify as Hebrews, or they identify as Israel, or and they don't even play the whole color game. They start talking about black is just a crayon. It's just a color in the crayon box and stuff like that. They hate the word black. Matter of fact, they don't even call themselves African. They think they're from Israel. Like, so they are not pro-black. They are pro-Bible. That's what the Hebrews are. Now, he also thinks he's an Aboriginal, meaning he thinks our people was always here and they ain't come from Africa. So he doesn't.
Wait. How you think he always here, but he's a Hebrew who got on the ship?
Ask him. That's something you're going to have to ask him.
Like, weird. It's too many rules with being black nowadays. We don't.
Well, he's kooky, and he's listening to too many people with different ideologies, and he's kind of jumbling it all up like gumbo and just making up his own little, like, he's all over the place. He's spiritually confused.
All right. I mean, I respect the pro-black perspective that you gave. I think it's crazy that through all of this racial mixing that has been going on since the whole history, since we've been in this country, that somehow that this woman here, I mean, it ain't the best. You can find, you can just one Google search, you can find the upper close picture of her. She looked like a light-skinned black chick. I mean, I'm shocked that that's even a conversation that people are having. I just looked at it as black women just finding something to be bitter and butthurt about because Kyrie's girlfriend ain't dark enough. But she qualifies. I mean, that's what they normally consider black.
I more so of the ideology than what who he's dating. That's why I was saying, like, it's not even just so much who he's dating. I'm mainly going off his ideology. Like, he's totally we all human type. He's one of those people. He's a humanist. He's not really pro-black.
Okay, I will argue this. And I'm actually kind of on your side, more or less. I will argue this. I will argue that Kyrie is very pro-black, and this is why I say this, because, and I will say this until the day I die. Black is only for women, gays, and felons. Men have to create their own rules and boundaries. There is no cultural norm for you to say that you're black as a man, and only men can be tribal. So I don't even count women as any part of, unless you train your toddler to be of what you wanted to be. It's a cultural thing. It's not a color thing. But this is why I say he's professional black, because when your money is your vote. When he puts his money up, he puts his money for black women all the time, way more so than he would do for black males. You know what I'm saying? Even just now, he just put $65,000 in a young lady's account who the tragedy happened to.
He had to donate.
He didn't have to do. He didn't have to donate to somebody.
He had to donate to somebody.
He always donates though, and all his causes are like the Black Lives Matter and the Save Women shelters. And Kyrie supports black women more than black women support any black woman that doesn't do hair. And so for them to go against Kyrie is bananas to me, because he's definitely pro-black, because he supports the women, gays, and felons.
Let me ask this. I want to ask Psychopath
Well,
this, if I may,
Go
right
ahead,
quick.
DC.
So, can a white person be pro-black?
yeah, and they call a Negro lover.
No, not in that way. I mean,
Okay, I would say yes. I would say yes because what a black as a culture, we're talking as a cultural norm, are liberals, right? Just even OG said that black people take.
Wait, hold on,
time
out. I had my headset on. The Psychopaths just say a white person can be pro-black?
No, he said that they can't. Be
no, I said no.
Oh.
Not in that way. Not in the way we're talking. Not in the way we're talking.
So like the ones that march with King and the ones that the ones that got lynched and stuff and Mississippi burning, like they're not pro-black.
But now you were looking for a roast to step on.
They were humanists that helped black people. That's what they were.
Yeah,
Okay.
I go with that. I go with that.
Okay, so you just don't get the title pro-black, but you can still be a human and help black people. Okay, got it.
Because in order to be black, you have to sleep with Keisha. Everything about black is dictated on vagina. Nothing has to do with men and how they move.
It's about procreating and making. It's about procreating with your own.
It's only that ain't mine.
One of the key elements of the procreating.
You only pro-black if they can dictate what you dictate. That's what.
Well, I mean, you gotta procreate with your own because it's about the future, right? You gotta have. It's about black children and
real quick. I just want to say, so Psychopath. I understand that internal logic. And so that's why I get it. If Kyrie Irving, they would have looked up his wife and she would have been just a full-blooded white woman, I would have understood the internal logic of their argument. But they tripping on a light-skinned chick who, if she was married to a white man, they would say she was black. I mean, if she was married to Prince Henry or I'm
not caught up with women.
If she was running, if she was a vice president in that skin tone, she would be black. I mean, that's why I call out the hypocrisy. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're saying that white people can't be pro-black. Can a single black woman, a black woman who's single and childless, can she be pro-black?
Can she what? If a woman is what?
If a woman is single and childless, can she be pro-black?
Why can't she?
Because she's not procreating, and you said that was a requirement.
But that's one. Yeah, that's one of the things you would like to do. I mean, if she don't want to have kids, she don't want to have kids. But she's not creating mixed kids. She's not creating mixed kids either.
Yeah, so, I get it, but she's not creating any black kids, and you said that that's a requirement. You have to procreate.
That's one of. That ain't say that was the main or
no, I understand, but she's not meeting that particular.
One of the things that it's about building for the future. One of the
she's not.
It's about building a better future for future generations.
And she's not doing that if she don't have kids. She's not.
Let me talk.
You don't have that. You don't have to have kids to be pro-black. But if you're going to have kids, they need to be black kids. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so here's a real question, because I think y'all got life backwards because black is a matriarchy and matriarchy is slavery. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm not going to ask y'all a question. Yes, it is, because you just stated it, and I'm going to tell you how you stated it. No, I'm about to tell you. Because you know a fruit by its seed, not by its dirt. Men are the seed, girls are dirt. I don't care if I'm in Florida. No. I don't care if I don't care if I'm in Miami or California. If I plant a palm tree, I'll get a palm. That's just it's going to happen.
Nonsense.
Now you want some black people like stuff,
that's
bro.
biological, bro. That's anything.
No, that's not logical.
They sell seeds.
To believe that Bible trained your brain to believe
No. That's not a Bible thing. That is me going to biology and having a garden in the backyard thing.
What science says is you got 46. Everybody has 46 chromosomes. You get 23 from your mother, 23 from your father. That's what science says. What you're saying right here is biblical nonsense. That's what
that is not biblical nonsense. What I am saying is that if I plant a seed, whatever comes out is the fruit of my seed. That's why kids are called the fruit of the loins, unless you black because you think it's her baby. But everybody else knows your child is the fruit of your
Men
loins
don't
because
even
it's
have
your
the
seed.
seeds. Men don't even have seeds. So you sound crazy. This is what I mean. This is
Yeah,
all
when you procreate with somebody, your DNA mixed with theirs. They have half your DNA
They do
and
have
half the other
DNA.
person's
No, no, no.
DNA.
They do. They
And
do. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
that baby is genetically half white. If you make a
No,
baby
no.
with a
Okay.
white woman, that baby is genetically half white.
So now we're
That's why
playing.
the term biracial
No.
exists.
Okay, listen. Crayon games aside, culturally speaking, what the man is what the child is because the man dictates the culture of most communities. So regardless whether or not it's like the Asian girl that just said she what she say white bread on the inside. Barack Obama is damn near white bread on the inside.
Dirty folks, it sound like you're trying to cling on to that color that you rejected in the beginning of the conversation.
I'm not. They're talking about the 23, and I'm saying, yo, whatever it is
you
that
trying
men.
to cling on. You trying to cling on to that crayon box, bro. Your kid is half white. Just say it.
No, my argument is always culture, not color. My argument is always culture. With men dictate the culture. Until 2 weeks ago, everybody thought Jews were white people. Until Jews came out and emphatically said, we're not white. We're a different culture.
I'm with you on the cultural angle of it. If somebody got a kid that's half something else, but the kid is being raised by that man, they're going to reflect what that man is. So I mean that's how I look at it. So I'm with you on the cultural side of it. I definitely give you that.
That's where I'm with it. When I look at somebody like what's her name, Tangelia Jackson, the chick that what's the Supreme Court and don't know what a woman is. Something, you know what I'm talking about.
See, this is where it get goofy at, and this is where I can't go there with the cultural thing because culture comes after. It comes after your team color. It don't come before.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
Think about what I just said.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, so you saying the color. You saying the color of it. The culture of it comes before the color.
Okay, let's take the Americanization out of it. If you go anywhere else in the world, they don't go by color; they go off nationality and race. So,
but
if you,
but you say that in hindsight. But no. I'm prove to you is in hindsight because all of that you just said comes after what you are from the beginning.
No, the culture comes first. That's how you get here. If it's a fucked up culture, then you'll have a fucked up parent. If it's an organized culture, then sometimes they even select who you gonna marry.
But it don't delete the color. Regardless of the culture, it don't delete the color. Unless you Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles.
Are albinos black, J Speed?
Again, it's albinos is absent of color. And don't mean it's totally absent of color because even for you to call it albino, it has to have some color. And that's why I said at the beginning.
But they have less color.
Wait. You have to go back. See, you have to pay attention to the instruction of the classroom when you first begin. I said at the beginning, black is not a color. It's the essence of all color.
OG, is a albino who's born of two dark-skinned black parents, are they black?
Yes, albinism is a mutation.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
It's not a different race or something. It's just a mutation.
Okay, just asking.
All right, real quick, y'all. I gotta go pick my son up. So unfortunately, I gotta cut the party short. But shout out to everybody who supported the stream. Sodomy and Chicken. He said sodomy is the original form of birth control. Okay.
You ain't lying because you can't have no baby back there.
Not yet. They working on it.
They working on it. They gonna get a lot of turns before they get a baby, bro.
He said, but why not breed everyone else out? What's more pro-black than that? Sodomy and Chicken back in the building says the black team doesn't pay its players. # free agents. Shout out to Deion Sanders. Freeman's Journal in the building says, I am free from the secondary profession of being black. Team Freeman's Journal is my jersey. Salute. Bernard Riley in chat, absolutely. Sodomy and Chicken back in with another one. He said, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, and others played on 2 teams at the same time, just in different leagues. You don't have to limit yourself to one sport. Good point. Good point.
Well, if you're switching sports, that means you switching sides. And if that's what you want to do, that's some other stuff that I ain't into. I ain't knocking nobody, but I'm talking about playing in the same league. You talking some other stuff. You talking about switching sports. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that gets into that Brokeback Mountain shit. Go ahead.
All right, Sir Tyson says, black person does ratchet things, self-destruct, still pro-black. Black person tutors, mentors, train coaches, black kids, has non-black girl, not pro-black. Pro-black cult logic. I take that as the comment of the day because we see a lot of that going on. Sodomy and Chicken in the building. Back again, he says, black is a social class. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. I hate to end this conversation short, but I do got to get up out of here. I got to pick my son up. I'm already late, but thank y'all for coming on the panel, making a good conversation. Dirty folks, I heard a lot about you last night, and you popped up today, so it was definitely good talking to you. Y'all go check that brother out. He definitely got good perspective on things. But with that said, everybody, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.